Hello, everybody. Welcome in. My name is Todd. This is the reaction stream. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you've your first time, hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button, all that good stuff. This is going to be a good one for you. These are all member-requested videos, of course, off of toddreacts.com. If you, too, would like to request videos, you certainly can. As you see before you, those are the requesting tiers. They're a little different here and there. Yesterday, we held the first ever monthly series member stream, which basically just means their videos get picked off the queue, and then we react to it via the Discord. So if you're not a part of the Discord, definitely join. It's totally free, and you can just join and watch and enjoy with the rest of us. And it was a lot of fun, so I hope you enjoyed it if you were there. And if you weren't, March will be coming around the corner. You can join for that one, certainly. So go ahead and check out those reacting tiers. And as always, the winter collection of merch is available right now. 15% off for members, ships worldwide, all that good stuff. Quality is guaranteed on every single order, so go ahead and check those out. Accessories as well. You can check those out on your own time. Is the stream up on the website? It will be after this. I got a little tired last night. And fell asleep fairly early compared to when I usually do. So I was kind of out of it. But it will be up after this stream. I'll put it up. It'll be on the website until the next one. And then when the next one airs, literally same day, it'll go up on YouTube. So it'll be about a month delay for those watching on YouTube, but it'll be there. You're not missing anything. It'll be there. You're still getting, obviously, the Monday and the Friday. But if you want to join us in the Discord, you certainly can. If you're already there on the YouTube, as I was mentioning, you can go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it. Over 14,600 of you have already done so. It is a free and easy way to support the channel, certainly, and hopefully the algorithm puts the videos in front of your eyeballs. That would be handy. Over 1,200 videos in the backlog there. I was a busy bee for quite a few years on YouTube. So if you're watching via Twitch and you had no idea this was a YouTube channel originally, and, well, I guess still, you can go ahead and check that out. You have a lot to catch up on. A lot. And on the toddreacts.com website, you can literally check out the queue of videos that have been requested by members, and that'll be upcoming soon. And if you don't see something on there that you would like to see, or maybe a show or whatever, you could certainly add that. Just scroll down to the bottom. I made it really easy to sign up on the website for you. So go ahead and check that out. And last but certainly not least, I mentioned it prior. Now I can actually show it. I couldn't show it on the Discord stream because I was literally on the Discord. I didn't know how to show the Discord when I was live on the Discord, whatever. But the Discord is currently available. It's free. We have crossed 300 members in the Discord, which is awesome. As you see at the top there, it tells you I'm live, which I am. Gives you a nice little handy link to Twitch, and it'll pull up the app if you have the app installed, or just pull up a browser. You can watch via that as well. And if you just want to watch later on YouTube with the timestamps for all the different sections, you certainly can. Shout out to the YouTube folks. I appreciate you greatly. All the Dan and Phil is beautiful. There is a lot of Dan and Phil. There is definitely a lot of Dan and Phil. It was a pleasure to be able to try Rabina. It was delicious. It's gone. I literally had it all. It's absolutely gone. So it tells you I actually really did enjoy it. Unironically, I consumed most of it off stream. So go ahead and check out the Discord. Join us for that monthly series member stream. It's open to everybody, so join us there. And I don't know why I just hit that. Oh, I just hit it again. Okay, third time's a charm. It's Monday. What can I say? There we go. Hi. Oh my gosh. Like I said, we have 5 amazing videos for you today. It's very C-drama heavy. So if you're into C-dramas, you're really going to love it. And if you have no idea what these are, kind of like I do, you're going to enjoy this because it'll be introducing you to things you have not seen. So hopefully it interests you and you really, you're like, hey, I kind of like that. I'm going to check it out. So hopefully that is the case. I don't believe I've heard of any of these. So that's good. That's really good. It's exciting. C-dramas with the costumes are the best. Honestly, from what I've seen, the costumes have always been just amazing. Amazing. Sometimes the CGI can be a little not as good. Sometimes it can actually be pretty mind-blowing. So it just depends on the show, I suppose. I love how I started the Todd Reacts Discord Peach meme and it still continues. Indeed, Luke. It still continues to this day. The bad CGI is part of the fun sometimes. Agreed. I totally agree with that. It can be oddly charming in a way, you know? Sometimes, obviously, when it's like a major production and they put a bunch of money into it and it still looks bad, then you're like, okay, this just looks bad and it's not redeeming at all. But if it's a low budget thing and they try their best and it still looks a little weird, sometimes that can be really charming. But if it's anything, you know, like a $1 billion production or hundreds of millions of dollars, can't help but just go, I don't know where they put that money, but it didn't go into the CGI. I don't know where. All right, let's go through the lineup. The first one is, by the way, I hope you had a good weekend. I did. Lots of driving. I finished out the monthly wine tasting. I guess they call it a passport, where you get basically free wine tastings at all the wineries, and you just pay like a flat fee or something like that. But the problem is you have to drive to all those different areas. So it was a lot of driving. I'm driven out, as they say. I am just done. I don't even want to see the car. I'm done with it. But it's kind of one of those weird weekends where you enjoy it, but you don't get a lot of rest. Which, boy, coming off like a work week or a hard school week or something like that, the weekends are just, they got to be relaxing. They have to. And sometimes you have a lot of fun, and then you realize Monday comes around and you're just like, oh my gosh. It's like the weekend didn't even exist. I didn't relax. I'm not, recharged at all. But hey, you can look back on the memories and enjoy them. So I guess that's the trade-off, I suppose. So I hope you had a nice weekend. I hope it was good. We're going to start off with When Destiny Brings the Demons. Ooh. First off, that title is amazing. The title's phenomenal. When Destiny Brings the Demons. Next up, after that, is My Journey to You, which sounds very sweet, as opposed to the first title. And then after that, we have a Suzy Eddie Izzard stand-up moment. So we're going to enjoy that. And then after that, we do have a historical C-dramas, I think, ranking. What is this? Historical C-dramas TikTok compilation. So it's just a TikTok compilation of a ton of different historical C-dramas over the years. So that should be very interesting. Kind of give us a look at a bunch of different C-dramas. And then after that, to finish up the stream, we do have a Bridgerton TikTok edits to watch before season 4, which is a longer video. So prepare yourselves for that. It is about a 45-minute video. But before that, the videos are pretty short, so we're going to get there very quickly. So that's going to be the case. So we're going to end on Bridgerton. If you've been watching at any, length, I suppose, of this channel, you'll know that I love period pieces. They're amazing. The music, the string music, the costumes, certainly, the back and forth, the banter, the drama, the politics. It's so, the courting, all that stuff. It's so old-timey and not very relatable today in a one-for-one kind of scenario, but it shares similarities, right? And it's also a look at how other people lived, like the different classes and whatnot. Usually the upper, or the upperest most upper. So that's kind of interesting, getting to see what those folks live like. Having no experience of that in my own, it's kind of interesting. And yeah, I mean, the back and forth and the backstabbing is just, drama-filled, perfect. It is the best reality TV, non-reality reality TV that you can get, for sure. before season 4, aka 3 days before part 2, and like a month late. But hey, Bridgerton month is still Bridgerton month. Indeed, that is true. First title goes hard. It does. It really does. Speaking of that first title, let's go ahead and jump into it. And look at the first closed captioning right there. Why didn't you just kill me? Not only does the title go hard, immediately starts with, why didn't you just kill me? The video is called The Price You Must Pay, and it is obviously from the When Destiny Brings the Demon. Let's go ahead and jump in. Good God. I don't know what to expect.
你到底是来做什么的？你现在的样子，让我很想立马了结了你。你想死吗？
First off, I mean, and I know I'm pausing it very quickly, but again, costumes looking pretty good. The actors are all stunning. These are the things I notice immediately.
可我偏不傻。若他真无杀心，或许可以利用他一番。罢了，放心。
That's amazing, Luke.
你就不会死。怕什么？我说了，我不让你死，你就死不了。
别玩我心态了，
你是不是想骂我？
杀人狂，大混蛋，你满意了吗？
我讨厌别人的虚与委蛇，以谎言相待。
那不然你告诉我你的真实想法。
没了真人之事，我现在仿佛也能辨别。
Oh, whoa.
你说的话是真是假。 别担心，只要我不让你死，你就死不了。
Oh my
我们在
God.
一起安宁的日子很是珍贵。
这话说的我们好日子不多了一样。
得到的越多，付出的代价便越大。
是这个世界上我最亲近的人。
不必担心我，等我回来。
我等你。
可我终究还是太自负，
The
才
wings
让
are
你
always
遭受了
amazing.
这些艰难。后来我才知晓，哪怕并不是死本身，而是它所带来的。我们之间
I was just thinking, like,
曾经有过很多回忆
wow.
他们都真实的存在于这里，也不会消散。
Whoa. 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 Okay. That was a lot. Number one, wow. Number one is wow. The costumes. The CGI look pretty good. Happy about that. You know, it's probably not a huge budget, but it still looks pretty good. Pretty interesting set or settings, if you will. The people are stunning. It's not surprising. Story is very, very emotionally deep. Like this is some passionate stuff here. I was feeling the love, if you will. Oh my gosh. How have I not heard of this show? It's literally my type of C-drama. I have no idea. This video came out October 8th. It has 800 views. This should have like 800,000 views. What the heck? Todd watched a show after watching one of my videos he reacted to. It happens and we love it. Motorheads. I'm so very annoyed that Amazon canceled that show. So extremely annoyed. So yes, it does happen. It does happen. It's beautiful. This is the whole point of this channel, is to be introduced to things that hopefully you've never seen before or didn't even know existed. And for the most part, I'm introduced to things that I had no idea existed, which is amazing. And I'm finding out just how much quality there is around the internet that I just had no idea about. And we all just have like this very minimal look at YouTube or, TV. Maybe there's, streaming services we've never heard of that has all these wonderful C-dramas and whatnot. Like, I had never seen any sort of C-drama before this channel at all, period. So to be introduced to it, obviously, by these wonderful members of ToddReacts.com, it's amazing. The show's a lot of ups and downs, comedy and sadness. I love how, by the way, speaking of that, welcome to the chat. I appreciate you being here, Stella. One of the interesting things is these edits can be whatever you want them to be, right? It could be extremely serious. It could be extremely emotional. It could be extremely funny. It could be extremely sad. Be extremely angry and aggro. I would have never guessed that this was also a comedy from watching that edit. The price you must pay. If I want you to die, you will die. If I don't want you to die, you won't die. Watching that edit, I would have no idea that that was a comedy. So the fact that it is, lots of ups and downs, comedy and sadness, very interesting. It's even more interesting. I have a subscription on Viki, and there are so many good C-dramas on there. Again, yeah, I've only heard of Viki. I think it was through, I'm trying to remember. I think it was Rocco Kitty that introduced me to Viki. Six of Crows counts too, because despite them being in a bigger show with other characters, you reacted to their love stories and individual stuff. So you basically had all their scenes. Oh my gosh, don't get me started on that. Six of Crows deserves a spinoff, and the fact that they didn't have one is very aggravating as well. There was a great team. I enjoyed their interpersonal relationships and all that stuff. It was just beautiful. Beautiful. It was greenlit originally. Oh, that's even more heartbreaking. Link down below in the YouTube video description for that original video. Go throw it some much-deserved love. Also, check out their channel. They might have other videos that might interest you. Let's pull up some information on When Destiny Brings the Demon. Again, amazing title. Amazing title. Amazing video. Apparently a ridiculously good show. According to MDL users, over 11,000 ratings, 8.6 for this. Modern-day office drone, Zhao, accidentally stumbles upon the world of cultivation and wakes up as Liao Ting Yan, a disciple of the... Oh my gosh, I'm so screwed here. I'm not even going to try it. I'm going to destroy it. Sect of a sect. She's soon selected to serve the reclusive Grandmaster Sima, powerful cultivator who's been secretly sealed inside a mountain for 500 years. Love the history. Twisted by isolation and rage, he's cold, hot-tempered, and bent on revenge. Liao doesn't know that her original identity is a demonic assassin. Demonic assassin. Heck yeah. But to his surprise, she shows no ill will, no ambition, no desire at all. Her nature fascinates him. Thus begins an unlikely romance between a villainous immortal and a healing-type slacker. A connection that defies fate and spans lifetimes. Oh. Good grief. Author's still trying to find a platform. That's good. I'm happy to hear that. Wow. A demonic assassin slacker. Hey, look, we can all... Sometimes we just happen to, we happen to slack off. It happens. Even demonic assassins. C-drama plots just hit different. Right. It's like two people that are forbidden to be in love just find their way. And it is some of the most passionate, heartfelt, tear-jerking, just unbelievable amount of power and romance in it. Crazy. What even am I supposed to say after this? Am I really expected to write a coherent review with all the key points on why this drama was amazing? That would turn into a whole essay. Forget about the story. I could literally write pages about why I liked the FL. Oh my gosh. The world this drama created is rich, dark, and gloomy, but also hopeful and full of light. The plot and world building go far beyond what other dramas have given us. There are countless vivid moments, beautifully painted scenes. Sure, there are some visual effects issues, but honestly, I would overlook them because of how stunning most of the scenes are. Yes. That is very important. If the visual effects are not perfect, at least the scenes are gorgeous. That's so cool. You're the only one who can make me yield without a fight. That makes you the strongest of all. Wow. Wow. Put that in a card. Put that in a card for Valentine's Day. Whoa. Most frightening thing isn't death itself, but the parting it brings. Romance was chef's kiss. Absolutely amazing. The intimacy felt sensual and delightful. You can take that however you want. Anyone who has watched this would agree that the leads would look as just as good in a modern drama. So casting directors, you know what to do. A love story transcends time and space. Finally, a star-crossed lover's story with an ending I can accept. Holy crap. I would say, Joanna, get on this thing. It seems like all of the reviews are just incredible. I'm in love with the male lead. Okay. A romance that stole my heart. One of the most romantic C-dramas ever. How many times did they kiss? LOL. I don't know. Somebody's got to do a count. Literally the next review says the amount of kissing this drama has. That's wild. That's wild. Most intense C-drama I've ever seen. We have all the time in the world. It doesn't matter. We have plenty of time. We can start anew. These annoyed me for a bit because the different arcs made me think that the years they spent apart seems way too long compared to them being together. But when I think about it, they do have time because, they will always find each other in every lifetime and every realm. And I cried again. Wow. Okay. Added to my watch list. Yeah, that was a quick one. That was quickly added. Maybe halfway through that, I was like, okay, this is good. This is looking really good. This is, as far as C-dramas goes, this is looking amazing. When Destiny Brings Demon, Chinese drama recommendation, a dive into another world. Man, that is just beautiful art, isn't it? It's interesting. One person ranked rewatch a 7, but everything else 10. That is interesting. A few days ago, I was... Okay. Come on now. A few days ago, I was bored out of my mind. That happens. When I stumbled upon a recommendation, putting my sheer confidence in the algorithm, I clicked on the first episode of When Destiny Brings Demon. Now I'm a changed person. Oh, wow. They're a whole different person now. That's amazing. I have been converted into someone who loves Chinese period dramas, wants to visit China, and try out the traditional dresses. When Destiny Brings Demon falls in the category of Shenxia dramas, that's probably mispronounced, and I apologize, counts as one of the most popular genres of Chinese drama, where the world is filled with mortals, immortals, demons, angels divided into palaces and realms, heaven and hell, where people practice cultivation to increase their strength. Synopsis. The story starts off when the female lead, drops into a strange world of cultivation and has to be a server to the Grandmaster, Lord of Mercy. He belongs to the clan of Sima, considered to be the only clan who can keep the spirit fire on whose energy the whole of Celestial Palace survives. Okay, geez, no pressure. Alive with his blood. Because he is powerful and his blood is precious, the clans decided to keep him isolated and locked in the mountains for 500 years. That's brutal. That's unfortunate. So unlike his name, he's not very kind or empathetic towards other people, and rightfully so, because everyone is literally behind his blood for a lot of reasons. Soon it's revealed that the female lead is in the body of a demon spy whose purpose was to kill Sima. Because she has no memory of this person, she goes on to consider this strange situation as a vacation. But Sima has other plans. He wants out of the secluded mountain. Can't blame him. 500 years, I mean, come on. I love a vacation as much as the next person, but 500 years is just too much. Too much. Maybe like 300 years too much. FL becomes the missing piece in the game of power. This leads the story to progress further, going through different arcs, uncovering the truth behind Sima's past, which is a painful tale of betrayal. This is a funny, painful tale, like an actual tale of betrayal and oppression, and gives us a love story which transcends time, memory, and worlds. My thoughts. I love reading, but fantasy books have never been my cup of tea. So when I got to know that this fantasy kind of genre exists in Chinese drama scenes, I was intrigued. And this curiosity kept me hooked to my laptop screen. I had no problem watching episode after episode of the show. Story was intriguing. Female lead was way too laid back among all these power-hungry people who were constantly planning and plotting, which made her shine. Costumes, the jewelry, the makeup were beautiful. In short, it was a new experience, and I was enjoying every bit of it. And the part which kept all the viewers watched 33 episodes. Okay, that's a little long. I'm understanding why the rewatch was 7 out of 10. That is a lot. The chemistry between the ML and the FL, it deserves its own paragraph. They were shown as this yin-yang, fire and ice kind of couple. Ember and ice, shall we? Who are very different from each other, who want completely different things from life, and are together, helping each other, caring for each other, being a sweet couple and a power couple at the same time. You see the male lead melt and become a better version of himself. The female lead grow into different aspects, and them communicating and trusting not only each other, but the bond that they have built. Really was the highlight of the show. Comment section made my experience of watching the show more engaging, as I could read other people being obsessed in the same manner that I was. The story was also moving, always moving, and there were some episodes which felt like side quests, but were fun to watch. But they tried to tie it to the main plot. Some plot holes here and there. In the end, the story did fall a bit flat, but the ending, however, made it beautiful. Although it's just a silly, fun drama to watch, it's very special to me. So the whole drama is my comfort show, especially the first 10 episodes. How long are the episode duration-wise? About 40 minutes each. Whoa. Okay, yeah, that's a lot. 33 40-minute episodes is quite a bit. C-dramas have the habit of a lot of episodes most of the time is not needed. Some just do it right. Yeah, I think I remember reading quite a few reviews of like, sometimes it was a bit of filler, like they could have cut it short a little bit. And then sometimes people are clamoring for more. So I suppose it just depends on the story and how well they do it. Characters never asked each other to completely strip off their identity or ideas. Rather, they accepted each other's truth and faced all situations together, whether good or bad. She would fight when necessary, but it was not something she liked doing, so she mostly refrained from it. It made my always comparing self-conscious self relax and take a breath, realize that I can be just this version of myself without regret, that change is necessary, but so is acceptance of one's own ambition, however big or small. Completed watching the show in 5 days. 5 days? 40-minute, 33 episodes in 5 days. Oh my gosh. That is... I think I've only been able to do something like that during the pandemic of 2020. I don't have the time. I don't have the time. This would take me weeks to get this done on the weekends, or maybe an episode a night. But yeah, it would be pretty tough. I watched The Untamed, another C-drama that's 50, 45-minute episodes. To be fair, if you're really into it, I would assume you kind of lose track of how many episodes it is. Like if you are severely into it, like you're all in, you've bought it, you're just want to consume more and more. I don't think you care how long they are and how many there are. If you're enjoying it, yeah. If you're enjoying it, you're enjoying it. There might be a few filler episodes where you're like, all right, that one wasn't the best, but for the most part. When Destiny Brings the Demon, this is a review. Modern day, everyday girl. Unexpectedly, Realm travels to a fantasy world in which celestial masters rule the land. Now that is interesting. That on itself is interesting. Just seeing through her eyes how weird that would be. Very interesting. Her life's ambition is just wade through life with minimal effort. Hey, you know what? Some people, that is the goal. That is the goal. Not very high highs and not very low lows. Just kind of right in the middle. Glide through life. Similar to a dry salted fish. Okay, I don't know about being compared to a dry salted fish. That seems a little rough. This indifference piques the curiosity of Seema, and their stories become intertwined. Came out in August of 2025. Dry salted fish. Don't be a dry salted fish, okay? Don't be it. Final rating 6.5 out of 10. The drama works best when faithful to the original IP. Okay. Passable chemistry. Passable? What? But the addition of new characters creates unnecessary conflicts that weaken the story. It's a fun breeze to enjoy with many modern-day Chinese jokes, but squanders the opportunity to explore heavier topics featured in the original novel. Okay. I see. This person's a bigger fan of the novel. Hey, it happens. It happens. Like I always say, if you're a huge fan of the novel, watching the show, watching the movie might be a little tough. Sometimes it works. Most of the time it doesn't. But still, 6.5 out of 10 is not bad. It's above average, certainly. These are really great posters. That zoomed in way too much. These are really great posters. Those are awesome. Drama shines the most when it stays true to the original IP. Okay, this person is really into the novel, delivering its strongest and most engaging moments. Unfortunately, the series stumbles when its newly created characters, whose presence adds little value and instead clutters the narrative with unnecessary conflicts, drags significantly in the second half. 33 episodes is too much and could have sufficed with 25 or less. Okay, this person's arguing less. Less is more. To be fair, I agree C-dramas are epic, but the novels are even more amazing. I just prefer watching over reading. Same. That's why I stopped. I've said it before. That's why I stopped reading Harry Potter, is because the first movie came out. And I was like, oh, they're just going to make these into movies. Okay. I think I was on halfway through the second book and the first one released. And I was like, okay, I'm done. And then I watched the movie and I'm like, oh yeah, these are great. These are going to be great. I'm done. Now looking back, I probably should have finished them. I really should have. But, maybe it's one of those things in the future, Finally finish the Harry Potter series. Less brain power needed. I can see the characters in front of me instead of imagining them. Yeah, oh man. I hate to cop out like that, because it is a cop out. I hate to do it, but after a work week, I don't want to use my brain at all. At all. The weekends are just for, not thinking. It's a fine as a fluff drama, but fails to meet the heights of the source material. Okay. This is Chen's first period fantasy drama to air since his intimacy scandal of 2023. Hello. And his only second drama overall. His previous drama that aired in April was a complete dud, according to this reviewer. I'm sure his camp was hoping that with such a popular IP, this drama would perform extremely well. Unfortunately, the drama has also been a dud. It was no match for This Thriving Land and was fighting with Moonlit Reunion for eyeballs for period fantasies, and this fared poorly against both. It's a shame because the original book was hugely popular. Yeah, I don't know about this intimacy scandal in 2023. So you got to look into that yourself. What I liked, lighthearted comedy of modern day coaster versus volatile master, poignant story on greed and ambition, antagonists having fun CGI. There you go. CGI is serviceable in that it's fun. It's not entirely convincing. The giant snake and other animals could have used a bit more polish, but their sheer entertainment value makes them easy to forgive. What didn't work? Okay, here we go. New characters, yes. Bloated new characters and forced romances. Overtly saintly characters. Interesting. I guess the screenwriters couldn't have a modern woman condone violence, but again, in the book, Liao simply wanted to chill in life, but she wasn't a saint. All right. Second half drag. The back end drags down in overused fantasy romance tropes, such as miscommunication and endless sacrifice. Hey now. We like that. We like the fantasy romance tropes. Come on now. Apparently Sima's actor. I couldn't quite place Chen's performance in this drama. He was the voice and the presence for the volatile Sima. However, there are many scenes where his acting is rather wooden, or he's staring blankly at his co-stars. It also didn't help with the directing, where they kept focusing on the top half of his face, and that just highlighted his wooden acting. Weird. All right, so that was kind of a negative-ish review, which is so funny when juxtaposing with this. I'm in love with the male lead. A romance that stole my heart. One of the most romantic C-dramas ever. How many times did they kiss? The amount of kissing. I think he had an affair with a married woman, and she posted photos of them. Yikes. Well, that is less than ideal. Good grief. Honestly, I'll be honest, that was better than what I was expecting it to be, okay? It's not great, not saying that, but that is a lot better than what I was expecting. All right, finally found some, it was meh, overacting, underacting, colliding. This drama can be awarded for the most romantic ancient drama. When destiny hands you a demon boyfriend, I'm so dead. That's good. That's a good one. Oh my gosh. Overall, it looked pretty amazing. That edit was stunning. Stunning. CGI looked passable. Looked pretty good. The settings looked amazing. Costumes looked great. I think the romance, the passion, whatnot was looking pretty good. Pretty good in the edit, at least. Didn't see any of the comedy, so I can't really judge that. It was mostly just kind of a powerful, emotional performance, if you will. So overall, looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. And the weirdest part about some of these edits is that I could see it and think it's just this beautiful romance, sweeping romance of, just star-crossed lovers and all that stuff. And then you get to the actual show, and I'm mentioning this with a little hint towards The Untamed. Some of those initial edits I watched were very serious, very powerful, very emotional. And then you get to see a couple of scenes from the show, and it is very lighthearted and goofy in ways and funny and not as dark and serious, foreboding. All those kind of feelings that you feel when it's a very trumped up edit, So I don't know exactly. I can't speak to the tone of the show because I haven't really seen much of it, but it looks good. It looks real good. When Destiny Brings the Demon. What a great name. What a great name. What an incredible name. All right, next on the list is My Journey to You. Izzard Maestro Chives Royalty featuring Neoni. Chinese drama My Journey to You from 2023. Let's go ahead and bring that up and jump right in. After watching Arrowverse stuff for a decade, honestly, CGI doesn't bother me anymore. That's fair. That's fair. CW is not known for their CGI at all, their visual effects. They do that to give you a false sense of security, happiness, and comedy right before major character deaths. I just remember finally watching an Untamed scene, and I'm like, it was so over the top silly, and I'm like, wait, what? Because all I had seen prior to that was these emotional music and scenes of locking eyes and touching hands and blood and swords and all that stuff. And then I finally see a scene, and it was just the most silly thing I'd ever seen. I was like, wait, what happened? What happened to my vision of what this is? Just shattered. Oh my gosh. And then I saw the losing of the eyeball, and I'm like, okay, we're back. My Journey to You 2023. Let's see what this is.
大门北后就是无地无月、无依无靠的象征。这种你只能相信你自己。所有人都是你。越漂亮的女人，越危险。
I'm not going to say it every time we watch one of these C dramas, but I'm noticing a pattern, a severe pattern, and it's stunningly attractive people, stunning scenes, stunning locations. CGI is always a little wonky. Costumes are phenomenal. Oh my gosh.
可惜了，这么漂亮的脸。
Okay, I'm into it. I'm into the fighting. Choreography is phenomenal.
就是还是为他们目标，下场真的会很惨。
Ooh, that is a nasty gash on his head, isn't
要
it?
是爱上了他的目标，下场真的会很惨。这世界早没有我所爱的，所以我没有人爱。
Attractive people, stunning costumes and set. Indeed. Still have another plus Bridgerton? Yes. Oh. I don't trust my depth perception enough to be like, he's splitting my chin in half. Oh my. Oh my. Yes. Water scenes too. Yeah. The fight choreography there was phenomenal. Saturation looks good. Might be the edit, but the color blends well. Definitely. I'm assuming it's a filter, right? But regardless, the scene lighting, the natural light, the sunset, the golden hour that they were shooting in for a couple of those scenes, like stunning. Oh my gosh. When a show is lit properly, it just transforms it completely. It makes it cinematic. Dang. Really like the fight choreography. That was very interesting. Oh my gosh. That sword fighting looked so good. So good. Link down below in the YouTube video description for the original video. Go throw it some much deserved love. Also check out their channel. They might have other videos that might interest you, of course. And if they really interest you, maybe you want to request it for stream, join up or just request it. Appreciate it. All right, let's bring up some information on My Journey to You. Beautiful. Pretty much the most beautiful looking C-drama I've ever seen. Like, the cinematography is stunning. Honestly, the first couple scenes there, like when it was panning out while she was sitting, I assume in some sort of temple or something, she was sitting there crying and it was panning out and you could see the doors kind of like show up. Stunning. Great cinematography. My Journey to You, 2023 Chinese television series. 24 episodes. That doesn't seem too bad. That doesn't seem too long. It's like a normal TV show back in the day. Tells the story of Yoon, an assassin, who infiltrates the Gong residence to fulfill her mission, and the young master of the Gong family, who suddenly becomes the head of the family due to an unfortunate event. Why do I think that's just burying the lead? Unfortunate event. 60-minute long episodes, though? Ooh, okay. Okay, so it's 24-hour-long episodes. You know what, though? I'm willing to give that a pass. That's like, it's like watching, let's see. What do I want? I think it's like, let's see. Of course, my phone is almost dead. I'm trying to do some simple stuff here. For some reason, I just can't. 24 episodes. That's not bad. That's not bad at all, actually. It's like, it's kind of like 3 seasons. 3 seasons of like a normal Now show where they do like 8 episodes a season. So that's not too bad. I think, again, it's one of those things like it might look so good and you might be so impressed with the story that those episodes just kind of fly by. And you kind of lose yourself in it. Kind of what happened to me with Game of Thrones, honestly. Those are long episodes. Some of them are very slow paced. And I got lost. I would just watch episode after episode after episode after episode, literally sitting there for like 6 hours. And, just time just went. And I stood up and I'm like, oh, I haven't moved in like hours. So maybe it's one of those where you just kind of get stuck into it and you're going. You're absolutely going. As time goes by, the two of them become deeply involved with each other. Deeply involved with each other. Oh my, wait, this says 70 minutes. What? Is that with ads or something? Interesting. My journey to you. Not everyone can bear the burden of power and responsibility. This is a review. What's the drama about? That's a good question. Mainly talking about the scenes, not the editing. You can always tell the difference, but it's stunning either way. Definitely. Yoon, a member of the mysterious organization, sets out to spy in disguise of a bride into the closed residence of the Gong family. She must get as much information about them as possible to survive and have a chance to gain freedom. Manages to charm the young Gong, whom the entire family considers the most spoiled and useless of the brothers. Okay, that's not great. Your own family considers you that? Oh, boy. Well, there's a little drama. When his father, the head of the entire family, is murdered... Oh, there's the unfortunate events. Unfortunate events. A.k.a. the head of the family is murdered. Chaos creeps into the always stable Gong family, and suspicion falls on all the new arrivals. I mean, just look at some of these. There's one. That's beautiful. That's stunning. How do I get out of this? Oh. There's another one. Stunning. Beautiful use of light. I mean, come on now. I know that's CGI because how does that exist? But it still looks very good. It's a beautifully shot scene. There's a very good drama. It would have been perfect if it weren't for the main couple either, especially Esther. The lead actor played his role as a sloppy dumpling. Boy, that's a weird way to describe somebody. That turns into a hard dumpling. Well, I'm sorry, what? What did I just read? You're nothing but a sloppy dumpling. Yeah, well, you're a hard dumpling. It was so irritating at first that it was hard to watch. There was no chemistry between him and Esther. Practically no spark. Their scenes were painfully boring, and her flat, emotionless face. Okay, this is getting crazy. Only made it worse. There was a chance that if another actress had played the role, the relationship would have improved. Wow. There was a moment when I thought the scenario was absurd, but the closer to the end, the more it made sense. I was very happy with this plot twist because I was afraid the drama was going downhill. However, during the last episodes, I was very tense because the action was going crazy on the screen and I was trying to understand what had just happened. Visually, the drama is a gem. Beautiful shots, wonderful scenery. Scenography? Scenography, is that a word? I didn't know that was a word. And costumes. The entire mysterious and dark atmosphere of the drama captivated me from the first episode. Very good fight scenes, as we mentioned, that looked like dancing, even in Esther's version. Boy, this person really does not like this actress at all. Dynamics introduced a contrast to the slowly progressing story. I like the whole idea of the plot, well-built story, the action of which takes place mainly within the walls of the huge Gong estate. All the characters except the main couple were wonderful. Seriously, there's nothing to complain about other than the main couple, apparently, especially Esther. Especially beautiful men. Okay, there you go. In terms of acting, the drama meets the highest standards, especially for except for Esther. My God. Come on now. This feels personal. I feel like we've entered personal beef. What is this? But they watched this after seeing Esther in Love Between Fairy and Devil. It's hard for her to beat her chemistry with her partner in that. It was insanely good. Maybe. They're hating on my girl. She's a great actress. Yeah, this is crazy. It's too much. Way too much. Oh my gosh. I almost want to watch this just to go, yeah, no, they were wrong. They were wrong. Main couple in their background is simply boring in its simplicity. Unfortunately, the end of the drama leaves us unsatisfied. I have nothing against open endings, but it's asking too much for a second season, which I don't think we'll get. Boy, that was something. All right, my journey to you, final thoughts. I came to this drama with no expectations, no high expectations. It got me really hooked. What I liked about the story is about a female lead who's part of an assassin organization and is on a mission to infiltrate the male lead's family. What's interesting is that the male lead is portrayed as a carefree, kind person who is struggling to grow into his full potential, which is usually a role seen with female leads. On the other hand, the female lead is smart, cunning, manipulative, who use the ML, male lead, before falling for him, which is a common trope among male leads in many dramas. I love the switch up. Dynamic between the characters is intriguing. Comedy in the show is surprisingly entertaining, even with its dark-themed aesthetic, had me laughing out loud in several scenes. Suspense and investigation elements are really well done, allowing you to follow the plot twist without getting confused. What I disliked. The weakest aspect of the drama, I would say, is the romance. That does not mean it is bad, but it falls flat for the most part. The other aspects of the series were more original and entertaining, and I found myself wanting to skip some romantic scenes. In my opinion, the characters fell in love very easily and never questioned each other, which felt very plot convenient. I found some character behaviors a bit puzzling. Okay. Overall, great drama. Open ending was okay. I liked it. I think any other ending would have been boring or incomplete, left us with a taste for wanting more. Season 2? Oh, honey. Mostly the same opinion. Seems like everybody's kind of agreeing on this. My journey to you, masterclass in suspense. Despite its minor flaws, and the whole thing is them hating on the female lead. Right. Yes. Yes. That was ridiculous. That was absurd amounts of hating. And the amount of this was great, except this person. This was awesome, except this person. It's just too much. Or a lot of takes I disagree with, but I'll stick to offering my own opinion here. What works? If there was one thing that really stood out, it was the suspense. Okay. There wasn't one episode where I felt like I could truly relax. Everyone is plotting something, except for perhaps Gong. But even he reveals he was smarter than he let on by the end. Okay, so everybody's got some angle. Nice. What I really appreciate is how the real consequences feel. When the first assassin gets caught, she is shown to be brutally tortured. Okay. Wow. Don't mess up. Each character was pivotal to the plot, and the flashback gave context to their actions in the present. Also important is that the actions of the characters make sense. That is very important. I would say this constant feeling of suspense makes me give a lot of leeway to plot holes, and logical inconsistencies that are unrelated to character motivation. I don't index for action at all here, but it was actually very impressed. Very impressive. I love how simple and clean the battles are, almost like a dance, yet surprisingly brutal. What doesn't work? The comedy. I don't think I laughed a single time. Interesting. The ending. Okay, well, it's an open ending. Some people like it, some people won't. The name. All C-dramas seem to have terrible names, but this one is especially bad. Not only does My Journey to You say absolutely nothing about the story, it is entirely inaccurate considering there is no journey at all. The whole story takes place in the Gong residence. Like, this name is hilariously bad. I will say, My Journey to You sounds like some sort of like rom-com from the 90s. It literally sounds like something, you know, You've Got Mail, Sleepless in Seattle, My Journey to You. Like, it's very rom-com-y, you know? It's very rom-com. It doesn't quite fit the vibe. When Destiny Brings the Demon, that is perfect. This is more like I don't know why I just thought of this, but the title for this should be House Call. It's all taking place in a residence. House Call. Actually, that just sounds like a bad, like, 80s action film or something. Overall, I could not stop watching this one. Utterly captivating. When the final fight against the Wu Fang came, my heart was beating way too fast for someone just laying in bed. Didn't disappoint. All the deaths were tragic. By the halfway point, I was just begging for the fight to end so that the characters would be happy again. That's funny. Many dramas have crappy English titles, but this one takes the cake. I love this show, but I feel like a lot of the negativity is because it had so much potential that was wasted. So that disappointment leaves you with a worse feeling than a drama that didn't start out overly ambitious to begin with. Yeah, curious on what potential you think was wasted. In my opinion, the show lives up to almost everything it sets up. Gong was hilarious to me. She breaks up the tense moments of the show. It makes the Gong clan feel human. Great review. I love how you add the ones you previously watched and rated 2 for reference. I watched this drama and initially thought it was a tad boring, but it got better and better for me. By the end, I wanted to know more and of where the characters go, especially the second couple. Despite the ending mess, this is one of my favorite C-dramas, and I recommend it both here and in K-drama subs. Wow. Very nice. This looked good. I don't know if it was as good as the first one, just in the overall appeal, just off the rip, but it was still beautiful. And I think the story is interesting. Trying to infiltrate a family as an assassin, and then the person you're targeting is like some like happy-go-lucky normal person in this clan of, you know, totally different people, where he's the black sheep and you end up falling for the black sheep. It's very interesting. It's adorable. Sounds brutal at the end, which is nice. I like balance, right? If it's going to be adorable, love story, you got to have a little bit of brutality somewhere in there. Hopefully not with the adorable lovey-dovey couple, but, you know. Looks good. Another excellent C-drama. We have the historical C-drama TikTok compilation coming up after this. So we're not done with the C-dramas. This is Suzy, Eddie, Izzard on Europe and World War II. So this is a huge shift in tone. Huge shift in tone. Let's go ahead and check it out. It is definitely a C-drama night. This is from quite a few years ago, so the quality is probably not going to be amazing. Yeah, the quality is topped out at 480p. So
So we had empires. In Europe, we had empires. Everyone had France and Spain and Britain and Turkey, the Ottoman Empire, full of furniture for some reason.
the Ottoman
And
Empire.
the Austro-Hungarian Empire, famous for fuck all. Yes, all they did was slowly collapse like a flan in a cupboard. And the German Empire, very organized, always build an empire, eins, zwei, build an empire, very Prussian. And then they'd celebrate with the World War and then lose the whole fucking empire by the end of the war. In the 30s, Hitler, Czechoslovakia, Poland, France, Second World War, Russian front, not a good idea. Hitler never played Risk when he was a kid. Because, you know, playing Risk, you could never hold on to Asia. That Asian, Eastern European area, you could never hold it, could you? 7 extra men at the beginning of every go, but you couldn't fucking hold it. Australasia, that was the one, Australasia. All the purples. Get everyone on Papua New Guinea and just build up and build up. And Hitler ended up in a ditch covered in petrol on fire. So that's fun. I think that's funny. Because he was a mass murdering fuckhead. And that was his honeymoon as well. Double trouble. Hey. Ava, let's marry. And where shall our honeymoon be? Well, in a ditch covered in petrol on fire. I've already arranged it upstairs. Oh, how romantic, Adolf. Yes, I thought. Fun. What a bastard. And he was a vegetarian and a painter, so he must have been going, I can't get the fucking trees. Damn, I will kill everyone in the world. He was a mass murdering fuckhead, as many important historians have said. And, but there are other mass murderers got away with it. Stalin killed many millions, died in his bed. Well done there. Pol Pot killed 1.7 million Cambodians, died under house arrest, age 72. Well done indeed. And the reason we let them get away with it is because they killed their own people. And we're sort of fine with that.
Oh, gee.
Help yourself, you know. We've been trying to kill you for ages, so you kill your own people. Well, no. Seems to be. Hitler killed people next door. Oh, stupid.
It's not very nice.
After a couple of years, we won't stand for that, will we?
If there's one thing we really prioritize, it's being a good neighbor.
Pol Pot killed 1.7 million people. We can't even deal with that. I think, you know, we think if somebody kills someone, that's murder, you go to prison. You kill 10 people, you go to Texas, they hit you with a brick, that's what they do. 20 people, you go to a hospital, they look through a small window at you forever. And over that, we can't deal with it, you know? Somebody's killed 100,000 people. We're almost going, well done, well done. You killed 100,000 people? You must get up very early in the morning. I can't even get down the gym. Your diary must look odd. Get up in the morning, death, 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 lunch, death, 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 afternoon tea, death, 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 quick shower. You know, so I suppose we're glad that Pol Pot's under house arrest. You know, 1.7 million people. At least we know where he is, under house arrest. Just don't go in that fucking house, you know? I know a lot of people who would love to be under house arrest. They bring you your food. You just stay here. All right.
We literally were in 2020. We were all under house arrest.
Yeah. Have you got any videos? You know, you just sit there. So, and Pol Pot was a history teacher, and Hitler was a vegetarian painter. So, mass murders come from the areas you least expect it. I don't know how the flip comes over, but it happens. So, yeah. So there was a lot of that, and we built up empires. We stole countries. That's what you do. That's how you build an empire. We stole countries with the cunning use of flags. Yeah. You just sail around the world and stick a flag in. I claim India for Britain. And they go, you can't claim us. We live here. 500 million of us. Do you have a flag? We don't need a bloody flag. It's our country, you bastard. No flag, no country. You can't have one.
You need fabric with colors on it.
That's the rules that I've just made up. And I'm backing it up with this gun that was lent from the National Rifle Association. That was it, you know. And Queen Victoria became Empress of India. She never even fucking went there, you know. She was one of our more frumpy queens. They're all frumpy, aren't they? Because it's a bad idea when cousins marry. Bottom of the gene pool, you know, you're just scraping the barrel there. Haven't got enough for any more you royals there, sorry. First rule of genetics, spread the genes apart, you know. But the royals are just obsessed with it. Are you a royal family? Are you a royal member? Well, then you can marry me because you're the same gene pool and our IQs will go down the toilet. Fantastic. That's why there's no, you know, crazy royals. They're all kind of, hello, hello, what do you do? You're a plumber. What on earth is that? So, yeah. And the Second World War, after the Second World War, that's when all the empires sort of dissolved. And we came first in the Second World War, but we were financially fucked by the end of the Second World War. Because there was a period of time, it was just us and the Nazis. And they'd been making weapons for ages. They had a head start. We were going, get the tanks out, we haven't got any tanks, get that ice cream van out there, get it out there. Kill. All right, oh, fuck it. Fuck off. Everything, just throw everything at them. That's not hard. Orange fruities and zooms. Throw the zooms. Or, fuck off, you bastard. Pots and pans. Get pots.
That is so hilariously true.
So by the time America came in, because you were watching a U.S. cavalry film, because the U.S. cavalry always comes in just towards the end of the film. Okay, let's go, America. I love the smell of Europe in the morning. So, how you doing? And we were going, fucking hell, where have you been? Having breakfast. So, what's going on? Hey? So America did well, Russia did well, and they deservedly so, because 500,000 American soldiers died, 500,000 British soldiers died, and about 26 million Russian soldiers died. Soldiers and civilians, and that's just 50 times as many. It's just unfucking believable.
It's crazy.
You know, and no one mentions this. These are just figures I discovered, and that's why they put up, because I mean Napoleon had been steaming in there, 100 years before. I'm gonna kill them, I'm gonna go, oh, it's a bit cold, it's a bit cold.
It's a bit cold.
Right. Okay, bad idea.
Maybe don't invade in the winter.
And then Hitler, I've got a better idea. Oh, it's the same idea. So no wonder they set up the Eastern Bloc. They wanted a buffer zone. It wasn't fair, but that's what they did. So they're kind of, that's where they're coming from. There's about 20 million Nazi Germans died, but they did start it. They did start that one. And, so it was that. And France hated the war because, southern France was collaborating with the Germans. Embarrassing. So since then, they've been kind of spiky and kind of French. And I'm very positive on the French. My family way back was French, so I'm just, I go with it. But they are kind of, fucking French at times. All of Europe, you must do this. Well, we're not gonna. We're gonna have a sandwich. And Germany and Japan, they do seem to have a natural instinct in a very generalized way for organization and being military. But there's a very strong Green Party there now. There's kids with beards. It's getting okay. And I just think that Japan and Germany should be the peacekeepers of the world. They should be parachuted in whenever something breaks out. Parachute Germans and Japanese in. Who'll go, look, we've done this before. We've done the killing. Hello. Take it from us. Just chill out. All right? And that they organize peace really efficiently, really quickly. All right, peace is organized. It'd be brilliant if they could do it. That's their destiny, man. Yeah. And Italy invented fascism in 1922. Mussolini said, right, we're all fascists.
Yeah, absolutely.
Most Italian people are always on
the
scooters.
The dumbest thing you could do.
And they're into football and life, and they're not fascists. They say, we're all fascists. All right, ciao. No helmet on. All those 50s films like Roman Holiday, it's just like that. Everyone's just cool and hangs out. So after the Second World War, the whole world was going, come on, Europe, give these countries back. Come on, we've had a bloody war, let's give them back. Britain, what? What's that behind your back? Oh, it's India and a number of other countries. Give them back. Oh, all right, there's that one, there's that one, there's that one. Falkland Islands. Oh, we need the Falkland Islands. For strategic sheep purposes.
Strategic sheep purposes.
Yeah. And then it was a case of no empire, no longer.
Game of Thrones when the Starks basically end up fighting back. Yeah. The White Walkers showed up, and that was the end. Very interesting. That was such a hilarious take on. Obviously, it's dark comedy because you're joking about obviously situations where millions of people died, which is obviously serious. But it's funny in that there are ridiculous truths and obviously exaggerations going on, which just makes it so humorous. The fact that, it was also technically the honeymoon and all these things. Like, that was very well done. I don't think I've actually ever seen, maybe I have once before, Suzy, Eddie, Izzard before, but it was extremely funny. Real world problems with comedy because it is dark? Yes, absolutely. I'm certainly one person that enjoys that kind of dark comedy. I think everything within reason is funny enough if you're good. If you're able to write a joke about it, and it is a legitimate joke, and it might be a dark topic, but if you pull it off well, it could be very funny. But it's tricky. It is very tricky, and not everybody's good at it. Not everybody's good at, every joke. But I think trying to be able to do that is totally fine. If you try it, maybe it doesn't succeed, but if you do succeed like this, it is very funny. Absolutely. Raise awareness, make people laugh. Absolutely. Yeah, super good. Super funny as well. Amazing. Link down below in the YouTube video description for the original video. Go throw it some much-deserved love. 480p. It's tough, but, that's what we used to... That's how we lived back then. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. The clip was from Dress to Kill. That was the stand-up special, by the way. So if you're looking for the broader context, that is what it is. Let's bring up some information on Suzy, Eddie, Izzard. Here we go.
You love the name, right?
Yeah, when I was 10, I just thought, I think it was To Sir with Love, Sidney Poitier film. Suzy Kendall was in that.
Suzy
Suzy.
Yes.
And I just thought, I'd like to have that name. But of course, at that time, I wasn't telling anyone. I knew I was what it seems now to be trans. I couldn't define it when I was a young kid. But I just sort of think, well, that's not happening. Then I took off as Eddie, and I thought, well, it doesn't matter.
I don't know how we watched
and
480p.
then it's got Edward John in my passport. So I just thought, why don't I add Suzy in there?
Yeah.
And then there's all this...
The wild part was when we watch things that are like 480p or, standard definition as it's called, it has like this weird... It's not quality because it's not high definition, but it has this weird cinematic quality to it that almost not being 2020, not having perfect clarity like HD or 4K, kind of adds this gravitas to it. It's very strange. I don't know if you've seen a standard def movie or show recently, but it just feels different. It feels different. Whether that is just nostalgia at play, because we've seen them before, and now we're looking at other stuff, and we're like, oh, remember when? Maybe we were younger at the time when we saw that stuff. Not sure if it's nostalgia, but it has a totally different feel to it. And it feels good. It feels real good. So if you watch an older movie, try to watch one in standard def. I mean, it might be upscaled based on your TV, but there's something about it. It just looks good. I don't think I've seen any movie that has looked better than standard definition movies. And that's including, DVDs, VHS, whatever. It looked high quality for the time, same with older cartoons and shows, true. Yeah, I remember when, video games, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, the original Xbox 360, I was just like, this is so realistic, it'll never get better. Well, jumping forward a couple years, it did get better. It definitely did. At that point, it's just nostalgia. So maybe the movie quality is nostalgia. So I was born 2003, but still then a microwave had better quality.
People said not showing what to say, and I said, well, I prefer Suzy, but I don't mind Eddie. I prefer she, her, don't mind he, him.
Right.
No one can make a mistake with me unless they call me Gregory or Sabrina, and then that's not quite right.
That's not quite, and you would
But-
have to correct
but
them.
everything else, no one can make a mistake,
Sure.
and they could choose. So I
So
thought
you're
I'd make
quite
it really
relaxed.
easy.
You're relaxed about it because you know it's difficult for trans people right now. It's got really toxic and it's really hard.
Well, the interesting thing is, I was talking to a gay activist friend of mine from Salt Lake City, where they have a great LGBTQ group there, working a bunch of activists, and he said, well, the tough time that trans people are going through now, and the arguments, there weren't any arguments 20 years ago, and gay and lesbian arguments about marriage equality, all about that, they were going through that, and this is just the time we have to go through.
Do you think?
To get to the better
Right.
time. Yeah, I'm sure of this. I am sure of this, because when I came out 38 years ago, 85, I keep adding an extra year as the years go on, no one was talking at all about trans people. We were non-people, we were toxic people, we were just other. And we were not in a conversation. Now the conversation's happening, quite heated, but this idea of culture wars, I think it's wrong. I think that's the right wing just stirring things up.
Sure.
Most people, when I was campaigning in Sheffield to be an MP, most people just said, hello, Eddie, how you doing? Good
Yeah,
to see you.
yeah.
And they
It
were
wasn't a thing.
lovely and chatty, and
Sure.
it is like, I think 95% of the country, maybe the world, are just saying, live and let live.
Oh, absolutely.
It's your own personal self. You're being your authentic self.
Yeah.
And then there's 2 to 5% of people who want to stir it up and get angry and shout and get very angry on the internet, which I just ignore.
Tell me
Jen,
about Suzy, because you love the name, right?
It's a good, healthy mindset for sure. British comedian, actor. Born in 1962, British comedian and actor, celebrated for her surreal stream of consciousness stand-up comedy, which we literally just saw. Izzard rose to prominence in 1991, gained popularity as one of the most popular figures in stand-up comedy. Style blends topics from religion and world history to the details of daily life, often delivered with celebrity impressions. Izzard cites Monty Python as her primary inspiration. It's even worked with its members. Wow. Has run numerous marathons for charity, including running 43 marathons in 51 days across Britain. Whoa! That is an insane amount. I had the original Xbox, Wii, first DS, PS2, Xbox 360 as my firsts, either from being passed down buying. I was like, this is revolutionary. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Now playing the Switch or PS5, I'm like, did I say that? No, I totally agree. I remember, gosh, what was it? Oh, I think it was the Xbox 360. I was playing, what is that called? I was playing LA Noire, and they had that face technology where they had trackers on the actors' faces, and they basically used the entire cast of Mad Men, and they had facial trackers on their face as they were reading script. So their face in the game matched everything. Like the eyebrows moved, the nose wrinkled, the cheeks would move when smiling. And it was super realistic. And I just remember thinking to myself, it'll never get better than this. Needless to say, HD gaming happened after that. And the rest is history. Rest is history. Live and let live is my go-to quote as a bisexual person when talking about sexuality and raising up my opinions on related topics. Yeah, absolutely. Live and let live. I almost said live and let die because I'm that big of a James Bond fan. Which, I mean, Surreal stream of consciousness, stand-up comedy, well known for her work in film and television, as well as her political activism. Gender fluid, prefers to be called Suzy, though she continues to use the name Eddie professionally. Born in Yemen, parents work for the British Petroleum Company Limited. BP, aka, was raised in various locales across the United Kingdom, including becoming a professional football, aka soccer player, an actor, a member of the British Army. Did it all. Dang. And ran marathons? It's crazy. After working in sketch comedy and as a busker, aka a person who entertains in public spaces for donations, in London, Izzard began to gain notice in the city's comedy clubs. Rose to prominence in '91 as part of Hysteria 3, a comedy show held to raise funds to fight AIDS. Show was a major event filled with prominent figures in British comedy: Stephen Fry, Hugh Laurie, Tony Slattery, Richard Vranch. Standout performance was a stream of consciousness riff filled with seemingly off-the-cuff quips and self-referential pantomime about being raised by wolves. Over the next few years, became one of the most popular figures in stand-up comedy. Dressed to Kill, which we just saw that clip from, came out in 1998. So that would explain the 480p. 1998. In 2000, her Dressed to Kill televised special won 2 Emmy Awards for outstanding writing for a variety, music, or comedy program, and for outstanding individual performance in a variety or music program. Dang, it won 2 Emmy Awards. Done a bunch of acting as well. Theater, of course. Some movies. Mystery Men, 99. Shadow of the Vampire, 2000. Ocean's 12, 2004. Across the Universe, 2007. Lego Batman Movie, 2017. 6 Minutes to Midnight, 2020. Been in The Simpsons, United States of Tara, Hannibal as well. Lots of stuff. Done it all. I once ran 90 kilometers in just under 12 hours. That was a tough day. Comedian and actor on her favorite Bond film, revisiting the Death Star canteen, and escaping the red carpet with Brad Pitt. What is your most unpopular pop culture opinion? I think George Lazenby did a good job as James Bond. Honestly, I need to rewatch it because I don't remember much of it, frankly. I know he only got 1 Bond, but I think it was just so much of a departure from what had been done that people didn't like that aspect. But I need to rewatch it to be able to get reacquainted with it. Some people think he didn't, but I think On Her Majesty's Secret Service really works. Telly Savalas and Diana Rigg did a good job, and the whole bloody thing is great. It's the first one I ever saw with my brother on a school trip, and I loved it. I've loved Bond ever since. It's all right. She's having a rest. What a tragic ending. It's a beautiful film. It's unfortunate Lazenby didn't do more, but that was a good one. Interesting. Yeah, I got to go back and watch that one. I think I saw that like decades ago at this point. You've been performing new spins on some of your best loved stand-up routines on the Remix Tour. Are you surprised which of your routines have stayed in people's minds? When some took off, yes, I could never quite tell what they would be. The Death Star Canteen is the one that has stayed the longest. Everyone knows that routine now, but as I said to the Monty Python guys when they were performing live, I said to John Cleese, don't worry if you go wrong because people love it because they've seen it right so many times. You've run more than 100 marathons. Which one was the hardest? The marathons I ran on the treadmill were really tricky. Don't try it. There's nothing to look at. But the hardest one, and people should know this if they do marathon running, was when I was in Northern Ireland, where I used to live when I was a child. I ran from where I used to live in Bangor, near Belfast. And on the west side of Belfast, it gets really quite hilly. It goes up and up and up, and I thought if I get to the top of the hill, I should be finished. So I got up there, and I could see how far I'd run, and I was in a pretty good place. Then I realized I'd miscalculated. I actually had another 6 miles to go. When you think you've finished, 6 miles becomes really grueling. There's a lot of double marathons I did in South Africa where I ran 27 marathons in 27 days. I spent 1 day in the hospital. So I did a double marathon on the last day to make up for it. I ended up doing 90 kilometers in just under 12 hours. That was a tough day. That's wild. What are you secretly really good at? Oh my gosh, don't you hate that question? Where they ask you, like, I don't know if it's like meeting people in the office or at a new job or whatever, introducing yourself at a school event or whatever. They always say, tell us something we don't know about you, or tell us an interesting fact about yourself. Oh, all of a sudden your mind goes blank and you have no idea what to do. You're just like, what am I good at? I don't know. Obviously not answering this question. What am I good at? Not being present enough to answer this question. What are you secretly really good at? Sword fighting. In Hamlet, I have a sword fight against myself, so no one knows that I can actually do it very well. But I was a sword fighter in Convent Garden for a couple of years, so I do know what I'm doing. In Hannibal, there's a scene where Hannibal Lecter, Mads Mikkelsen, makes your character, Abel, eat snails that have been feeding on his severed body parts. Hello. What did you actually eat in that scene? They made me some mushrooms that looked like snails. It's quite a scene. I decided to stab at them with this long, prolonged fork, and in one of the takes, the fork tumbled off the table to the floor, which is the one they used. I thought that was very interesting. I love that scene, sparring with Mads. It was a very scary show, but making it was not scary. We filmed it in Toronto. At the time, the mayor of Toronto had been filmed taking substances, we'll say. So we'd been on set saying, have you seen that? God, that's terrible. Anyway, when you slice into the body, everything we were doing was completely horrible. That's funny. What's been your most cringeworthy run-in with another celebrity? You know, they've all been pretty good. This is the opposite of cringeworthy. I was at the opposite. I was at the opening, there we go, of Ocean's 13 in L.A. I'm in Ocean's 13 for barely a couple scenes, but I went to the red carpet thing. I wasn't talking to people because you can't barge your way in and say grandly, yes, let me tell you about all the things, when I'm just a small supporting role. So I was standing at the back when Brad Pitt comes shooting through. Brad was going through a relationship thing at the time and did not want to do the red carpet. So he just moved through at a very fast pace and plopped himself next to me. So we're just hanging out, having a chat. Someone came over and said, there's a group photo, Brad. You have to do it. So he says, you're coming too. And he dragged me into the group photo, so that was nice. That's funny.
Conversation changed? I mean, it seems to have gone into very, very weird places in the past 5 or 10 years.
Okay, there's a lot of heated discussion and things are tricky, but when I came out, you know how much discussion was going on?
Zero.
Zippity-doo-dah. Yes. There was absolutely nothing except for people trying to punch me in the streets or people trying to hurl abuse at me in the streets. But now most people, I'd hope around the world, would go, just live and let live your life. And trying to get the fine tuning on that is tricky. And some people are very heated on both sides. But, you know, I'm just an individual. I'm telling the truth about this. I knew when I was 4, but I didn't tell anyone because I thought I'd get my head kicked in. You know, all my strength comes from coming out as trans. I haven't articulated this heavily, but the hell I had to go through to come out, the mental hell of saying, the society saying, you are wrong. And I'm saying, actually, I think I'm slightly more right than you society think I am, because I'm telling the truth here. In this world of lies upon lies upon lies.
And do you think that defiance towards the gender norm then gave you the sort of instinct to do with all of these bazillions of different things that most people don't think are doable?
Not the instinct, it gave me the confidence to say, I can try and do things which are difficult and get to a better place.
Very nice. Nice conversation there. I've enjoyed everything I've seen of Izzard's, which actually isn't that much, but this conversation made me want to do a deep dive and buy tickets to Hamlet. That's awesome. That's great. Things have definitely opened up quite a bit over the years, especially from the 80s. 80s are, boy, time has definitely flown, which is wild. But yeah, things have definitely changed and gotten better for sure for a lot of people over the years. So that's nice to hear. Very funny, extremely funny based off that video. And it's hard. It's real hard to make that topic and time period funny and interesting and lighthearted and laughable. Not in a way that diminishes, obviously, what happened, but it is a way of obviously talking about it, certainly, but also just bringing attention to certain aspects of it, right? So a lot of important points were made, but in a funny, humorous way that kind of took some of the sting out, which is beautiful. If you're a good stand-up comedian, you can do that. Sometimes, though, sometimes it doesn't hit. Sometimes it isn't funny. And they tried, and you just kind of, well, that didn't work. Throw that one out. So, obviously, those are very good. He's had a lot of practice, right? Let's go ahead and jump into the next one. This is Historical C-Drama TikTok Compilation. I'm not exactly sure how many C-Dramas are going to be in here, but it might be a decent amount. Thank you for included Faded Hearts. So certainly Faded Hearts is going to be in there. I have no idea what all these are going to be. So it'll be very interesting. I'm assuming, I mean, let's be real here. The actors are going to be attractive. The costumes are going to be flawless. The settings, the scenes are going to be amazing. The CGI could be very hit or miss. And yeah, I think that covers it. I think that covers it. All right, let's bring it up and jump in. And then after this, we have the Bridgerton TikTok edits to watch before season 4. The music will be interesting. There you go. And there will be some deaths. There will be deaths. And they will be epic, certainly. And hopefully the fighting choreography is great. But yeah, that is the list. That is the list. The C-drama. If it doesn't have those things, it's not a C-drama. Let's go ahead and jump into that. Here we go. It's about 20 minutes long. This is Faded Hearts. I'm sorry, what? I wish I could cut you into pieces, tear you from limb to limb. Have you drawn and quartered and grind your bones to dust? Why does it look like they're about to... Anyway. Oh, never mind. That's their form of dirty talk, I guess. Just what you want to hear from your romantic partner. Hey, some people are really into that. Yeah, matches your freak. There you go. Got some interesting power dynamics going on here. That's a freaky deaky C drama is what that is. Red flag, black flag. Oh, sweet potatoes. Perfect. I literally just bought some. Literally today. When destiny brings the demon. Literally. It's that reviewer's favorite actress. Where should we go on our first date? I don't know. What do you think about dying? What? Oh my god. That CGI is brutal. But how adorable is that? Let's be real. That's really adorable. It's like a cross between like a ferret and an otter. Oh my gosh, that's brutally bad. Brutally bad CGI. Oh no. Okay, I get it. They need to get the lighting right on those animals. Went to get water and came back to whatever that was. You know what's super relatable about this character is the fact that they don't want to be there. They're kind of plucked out of normal modern life and put in this situation, and it is so relatable. Just like, get me out of here. What is this? I don't want to do this. Their foreheads touched. It's so romantic. All right, I'd like to call BS on that reviewer's, the main actress, gripe. It seemed like she was totally fine, and the role seems perfect. So, yeah, I'm just going to call BS on that. But I will say they were right about the animal CGIs. They are horrific, but adorable. Staring romantically while they're covered in blood is crazy. Yeah. That was for the other one? Oh, yeah, that's right. My journey to you. My journey to you. Terrible name. Still a terrible name. I thought it was literally a Doctor Who moment. Oh my god.
我们把仪式当成一年，一年就是我们的一辈子。我不会让我的夫君面对生死之时心里孤单无依。
Do it! Just do it!
Whoa. I know it's not the same C-drama, but I just can't help it. Whenever I see kissing scenes now, I just think of that title of that review by somebody. How many kissing scenes were there? She's in The Untamed. This is The Prisoner of Beauty. Future married couple. Oh. I wonder what the context for that scene was. How dare you call me by my name? Why is everyone so beautiful? That is the question of the ages. I mean, it's enough to the fact that they can make a thirst trap with every character. That's so funny. The scenes are just beautiful. The use of colors, stunning. It's not gray and dull. All I can hear is Vin Diesel saying family. Wait, the title is Yummy Yummy? Yummy. What? Suddenly, my journey to you doesn't sound that bad, actually. Oh. Just trying to cry. I'm guessing it's at least about food. Journey to You had no journey by the sounds of it. The journey was very short. So short, if you blink, you missed it. Oh, I saw cooking. I saw some sort of food preparation. The amount of times I've heard this song to The Summer I Turned Pretty is crazy. Falling from a high place to see drama recipe. Declaration of Loves. Gonna hear it a few times in the Bridgerton one. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
若王爷心有不忍，便走了。
Echoes of the Self.
all your words, not making any sense, but I don't fucking care at all.
儿女私情非我所求，也请王爷不要陷入其中。
说我说，我会等你。
No, you will take this umbrella. It was interesting. She tried to back away from the umbrella, and he just goes, "No, you can take it," and just walks away. Interesting.
如果有来世，不要。
What? That was wild. If there's a next life, don't ever see me again. Don't come my way. Don't even look at me. That was completely flipped on how I thought that was going to go. I was like, what? Hey, if there's a next life, lose my number. Oh my gosh. That was cold-blooded. She really went peace out, right? Oh my gosh. That's the hardest statement I've ever heard. That really was kind of a nice juxtaposition, or not a juxtaposition. It was a nice exhibition of what these sea dramas entail. It was beautiful scenery, beautiful costumes, plots for dead people because people have died. Like, it was just kind of everything there. Kill Me, Love Me. What a name.
那么多人要你的命，你怎么安睡？你睡吧，我守着你。
Oh, that was a beautiful, sweet note to end on. I would have loved it if we ended on that. Hey, if there's another life, just don't find me. Cool. Appreciate it. Link down below in the YouTube video description for the original video. Go throw it some much-deserved love. And also check out their channel. They might have other edits, compilations that might interest you. And if it really interests you, maybe request it for stream. All right, let's look up some information. We're not going to look up information on every single C-drama that was involved. But these are little, like, nice little rankings, I suppose. From palaces to power plays, 9 historical C-dramas that bring the past to life. That would have been hilarious. It would have. It would have, genuinely. In a rush, read the AI summary. All right, we're in a rush. Wow, that's a terrible summary. Look at that. There's nothing involved. What? Okay. Historical Chinese dramas have always been more than just elaborate palace intrigue and flowing hanfu. I don't know what that is. At their best, they serve as cultural time capsules, blending meticulous set design, period detail, commanding performances to reimagine dynastic politics, philosophy, and folklore. Whether riffing on the Tang court, reinterpreting the fall of the king, or adapting classical literature, these series reveal how history continues to shape the Chinese imagination. All right, number 1 is... Oh, my... I've already signed up. No, I haven't. Dang it. Nirvana and Fire. Okay, it did load it, thankfully. Nirvana and Fire 2015 for fans of masterful strategy and moral redemption. Hanfu is the close. Hey, so we got the recipe list down pretty well. One cannot list historical C-dramas without mentioning Nirvana and Fire, set in the Southern Liang Dynasty, a fictional stand-in for Southern dynasties during the Northern and Southern dynasties period, is less a war story than a meditation on loyalty and political rehabilitation. Interesting. Court rivalries, military reforms, Confucian ideals of loyalty versus justice, drama frames dynastic politics as a chessboard, where intellect is as deadly as armies. Recipe list works for the next video as well, minus the fight choreography, right? That would really be interesting in Bridgerton if there was fight choreography involved. The story of Yanxi Palace, 2018, where ambition meets survival in the court. Palace maid who rises through wit and resilience. Her story mirrors the real challenges of women navigating the strict hierarchy of the imperial harem. Historical anchors like the emperor's consolidation of power, cultural flourishes of 18th century court life frame a series that equals parts survival story, proto-feminist tale, and lush historical spectacle. Empresses in the Palace, The Legend of Zhen Huan, 2018, masterclass in power, politics, and poise. Wow, that looks awesome. One of the genre's most iconic entries, Empresses in the Palace, immerses viewers in the court, where power is maintained less through armies, more through subtle maneuvering among consorts. Okay. Zen, initially naive, becomes a shrewd player in the imperial harem's political machine. Show's historical heft lies in the accurate depiction of the rituals, etiquette, and the immense political weight borne by women in the inner palace. Interesting. Scarlet Heart, 2011, modern soul lost and found in the dynasty. Time slip epic follows a modern woman who wakes up in the early dynasty. Amidst the famed Nine Lords' struggle for succession, this is another one of those. So I guess it's like a trope, right? Time slip epic. GMM TV are making Thai adaptations of Scarlet Heart. Nice. That's cool. I mean, actually, Anthony definitely threw a few punches against Simon, so season 1 might still count. Emotional battleground of loyalty, betrayal, and love. Perfect. Perfect recipe. Rui's royal love in the palace when love fades under the weight of the crown. Ooh. Drama delves into how love and legitimacy could evaporate under the strict codes of the court. Compared to other historical C-dramas, this one features a slow burn storytelling style that reflects both the grandeur and suffocating constraints of imperial marriages. Ooh. We love a good slow burn. Some people hate it. I like it. The Longest Day. A thriller. Okay. That never pauses for a breath. Departure from palace drama. Considered China's cultural golden age. Plays like a 24-hour thriller. Oh, man. Must stop a terror plot against Chang'an during the Lantern Festival. Okay, historical details shine here. Bustling cityscapes, Silk Road influences, and Tang-era security systems make it both gripping television and a vivid reconstruction of an empire at its peak. Joy of Life, 2019. History meets wit in this genre-bending classic. Not strictly historical, set in a fictional kingdom. Fan born with secret knowledge navigates a labyrinth of spies, political corruption, and secession struggles. Witty genre bending. Nice. Ming Dynasty, 2019 to 2020. History meets wit. Wait a minute. History meets wit in this genre bending classic. History meets wit in this genre bending classic. When the papers due the next morning. Oh, man. I've been there. We've all been there. They got lazy and thought we wouldn't notice. We noticed. Confucian statecraft and the emperor's precarious authority. Sweeping production captures the grandeur of one of China's most storied dynasties. I swear I read grandeur before. Serenade of Peaceful Joy. Hey, can I copy your homework? Sure, but make it different, right? Oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh. Serenade of Peaceful Joy. A quiet masterpiece of duty, morality, and restraint. Set in the Northern Song Dynasty, 11th century. Boy, that's old. Offers a quieter but deeply human portrait of emperor, remembered for presiding over China's most prosperous cultural eras. Unlike many palace thrillers or other historical C-dramas, Serenade of Peaceful Joy is steeped in statecraft and Confucian ideals, depicting reforms, court debates, emperor's moral dilemmas alongside his strained relationships with his daughters and the empress. Historical accuracy in costume, poetry, governance structures makes it one of the most academically respected entries in the genre, while still grounding its narrative in the tug-of-war between personal desire and imperial duty. Nice. Like that. All right. If you enjoyed The Untamed, watch these 7 C-dramas, historical fantasy dramas, on Netflix. There you go. Some of the best Chinese historical fantasy dramas streaming on Netflix, which offers a captivating storyline, romance, and mythology. Let's see if you agree with the list. If you enjoyed The Untamed, then head on to exploring Mandarin stories with some of the best. Here we go. Let's get to the list. Come on, where is it? Word of Honor, 2021. Ancient Chinese period drama revolves around the love of 2 boys, disillusioned assassin, and a wanderer fall into a profound connection with each other as they navigate martial arts and conspiracies. Definitely have reacted to this before. Definitely have reacted to edits of that. Strong chemistry indeed. Eternal Love, 2017, popular Chinese drama, adapted from the novel of the same name. A goddess and a god fall in love, battling fate, memory loss, divine betrayal, and 3 lifetimes. Eternal Love is an epic fantasy romance that will hook you in its magic. Love Between Fairy and Devil, speaking of, narrates the story of forbidden love between a fairy and a devil. An orchid fairy accidentally frees the powerful Lord Devil. The drama goes on to build a romantic tension between the two and turns into a roller coaster ride of fate. Drama's fascinating and intense all at once. The Long Ballad. Esther! Yes. Shield your eyes, reviewer. It's Esther. The Long Ballad, 2021, set during the Tang Dynasty. The drama stars a princess who seeks to take revenge for her family, disguises herself as a man, Mulan, after her family gets killed. In a coup, The Long Ballad is a story of a resilient princess fighting to reclaim her place in the palace with rich cinematography. How could you send me daughters when I ask for sons? Judge Dee's Mystery 2024, set in the 18th century China. Judge Dee's Mystery, that does not sound like a C-drama. I don't know what that sounds like. Tells the story of a celebrated judge during the Tang Dynasty. As the story unravels, it's dispatched to Penglai, where he tackles more cases from murders to conspiracies. Drama's filled with beautiful sets, costumes, brisk storytelling with minimal flaws. Good watch for those who enjoy unresolved endings. Yes, if you like unresolved endings, you'll love it. It won't frustrate you at all. You never watched the finale of Word of Honor because they killed my faves? Oh my gosh. That's funny. I get it though. I get it. Lost You Forever 2023 mythological fantasy drama. Set in a world where gods, demons, and humans coexist, the series portrays characters with emotional depth, suspense, longing, and surprising twists. The drama is well crafted, engaging, and a must-watch. The Princess Wei Young 2016. Another cliffhanger, adding to the list. Narrowly escapes the massacre of her family, yikes, and is rescued by another princess. Interesting. Who was killed by her stepmother. What? Seeking revenge for her fallen kingdom. Wait, what? As the princess, as Wei Young survives to become the next ruler, the drama is known for its beautiful costumes. Wait, I thought she died. What? Rescued by another princess, Wei Young, who was killed by her stepmother. Wei Young survives to become the next ruler. Killed by stepmother, survives to become the next ruler. Am I reading that correctly? Am I tired? What happened? I don't know what's going on there. Wait, what? Is it supernatural? She survived? It might be. It might be. I wouldn't put it past them. There's usually supernatural. Bridgerton, note how the Bridgerton video works, as it's in the new format, unlike the others you've watched. It'll be sibling edits, love stories. This was made before season 4. So there's a little hint of Benedict and Sophie. Then it'll translate into the next sibling, aka Anthony. Okay. And at the end, after all the sibling edits, okay, it's the other close sibling bonds that aren't in alphabetical order. Got it. Probably a lot of C-dramas kill them, but they somehow come back. Like soap operas, like soap dramas. Spencer's dead, but is he dead? He might be, but he might not. Who knows? Tune in on Monday. No. Oh my gosh. All right. Here is the final. That was a lot of C-dramas, a lot of beauty, a lot of great costumes, a lot of blood, a lot of tense eye contact, and a lot of moments that reminded me of Hannibal, you know, two people locking eyes and they're just very focused on the other person. One's covered in blood. One is feral. It's just a lot of that. A lot of that. All right, let's move on to the next and last video of the stream. It is Bridgerton TikTok edits to watch before season 4. A lot of threatening to kill each other, grinding bones into dust. That was something. That was something. I feel like we were watching something we shouldn't have been watching. You know what I mean? Like, that was a very private moment that we probably should not have been purview to. Less blood. Less blood in Bridgerton, definitely. Less fighting, less sword play. Time for more beauty and costumes, indeed. All right, let's bring that up and jump in, shall we? Like I said earlier, this is a long one. So strap in. Here we go. Less blood. Less blood in Bridgerton.
Every rose does have its thorn after all. Does that mean I shall see you later on tonight?
But we do love those costumes.
Funny how
and we love the politics.
It is you I cannot sacrifice.
Though I must admit I'm more of an emerald person myself.
I thought 4 brothers enough, but returning to 5 is quite nice.
Am I like you at all?
Am I to be the sister of a princess?
I always wanted a brother. I always wanted a brother. I always wanted a brother just like you. And I always wanted a brother. I always wanted a brother. I always wanted a brother just like you.
Big family, noted for its bounty of perfectly handsome sons and perfectly beautiful daughters.
After school, she ran to me, jumped in my 5.0. This is the home of the brave, land of the free, but your parents still didn't know.
You know what? I've always thought this would be an interesting show to like act on. Because obviously this is not current day stuff. So it would just be interesting to like dress like you were of that time, of that ilk, right? And just kind of play pretend basically. And just kind of see how the other half or whatever lives. One of the most intriguing aspects of these shows. Like the fact that they're dressed up like this at home, whereas you could literally just throw on pajama pants and go out to the grocery store these days and nobody will bat an eye. It's kind of crazy.
After all, this is the season the Viscount intends to find a wife.
Yep, said that loud.
So you give me no reason for me to stay close to you. Tell me what love is still.
How much?
You know what's funny? That reminded me of... Oh my gosh. Let's see if I can pull this up. What was it? We'll keep this playing.
I must
I don't know if I'm going to be able to come up with that.
I'm a gentleman, and you are a lady of that.
We only met each other just the other day, but you already got me feeling some type of way now. If I could figure it out, I'd take you back to my house so we can battle about.
When you manage to find this paragon of virtue, whatever makes you think she will accept your suit? Are the young ladies of London truly so easily won by a pleasing smile and absolutely nothing?
So you find my smile pleasing.
This is the season the Viscount intends to find a wife.
Be your partner, they be your partner, and you're so.
It reminded me of this scene from The Bachelor in 1999, where he's just running from potential brides. Oh my gosh. I totally forgot about this movie. Literally just running.
Oh, hey.
Most eligible.
Think this song is about you. You're so great.
I'm nearly certain every last one of my brothers and sisters secretly despise me. My own mother at that, despite the fact I've lived the better part of my life for them. And yet still, all I find myself thinking about, all I find myself being able to breathe for.
Benedict in season 3.
You simply do not like me.
Of course I do not like
Then tell me why. Why is it that you dislike me so?
Because you vex me.
Do you think that there is a corner of this earth that you could travel to?
We gotta start sprinkling in Vex.
You're the bane of my existence and the object of all my desires.
Yeah, I don't know how they catch us, but I kind of hope they catch us. Everybody else matters. Everybody else matters, girl. This is the bad. This is the bad, girl.
Season 4 is already being argued as one of the best. Wow.
But I kind of hope they catch us. But anyway.
Our child will always be a Bridgerton. But I should like them to know that they are a Sharma as well.
This feeling is amazing. Hands on your waist, because all that we face. Your freckles lead the way. I chase your constellation.
I hope you're thinking pure thoughts, considering we are returning to our family home.
I am simply enjoying the view of my ravishing wife.
He's admiring the scenery. He's enjoying the art.
I love weddings.
Ours was perfect.
I love you.
All your insecurities.
I do not know. I do not think there is anything else to say.
Season 1, he was a pure jerk.
I love you too.
That's a character arc.
Unconditional.
It's like Nathan Scott, season 1.
There is no fear now. Let go and just be.
What happened? My valet saw you carrying Miss Sharma inside. Is she alright? I didn't know. Are you alright?
Nice. I like it.
Give me a man after midnight. Want somebody help me chase the shadows away. Give me a man after midnight. Take me through the darkness to the break of the day.
Benedict.
Jeans be a teenage dream tonight. Let you put your.
What would you know about heartbreak?
I would not, really.
I heard a rumor that you yourself are an artist.
But I have felt it in paintings. Are you to tell me you're not an artist yourself? Well, I suppose sometimes I like to. I dabble.
And what does one feel in a Bridgerton?
Perhaps because you sense the truth, which is that I'm simply not good enough. Disappointment.
Do you write, or draw, or paint?
Lack of inspiration. No, if you want to paint, paint. It is one of your many talents. You should apply yourself more often, Benedict.
But if I'm learning anything from my art studies...
Chief among them, your natural gift for seeing what others need, even when they cannot see it themselves.
That it is almost always a matter of perspective. The more I learn, the more I realize how little I know.
It's literally the story of this channel.
Have you not heard that Viscount believes in hurrying things along these days? First the wedding, now a drink. Let us hope for Edwina's sake the tendency stops before the honeymoon.
Have you always been so vulgar? Or staring at naked models all day turns your brain to chocolate?
Oh my gosh.
Throw rocks at Francesca's window tonight. Bold. What if I am to be bold? I shall need some time to think about it. Ladies!
I Won't Marry, I'll Sleep Around, season 4 is in love with 2 women.
You come to admonish me.
He's in a love triangle with the same woman.
You with your own brother. Good day.
Now that is interesting.
You shall all bear witness to my talent!
Have you noticed, Cole? Twinkle of the candles. It is as if we sit among the stars. What's wrong with you? I was just telling Benedict how brilliant the stars were in Greece.
He needs glasses.
I don't know how they catch us, but I kind of hope they catch us.
You are perhaps the most intriguing person I've ever met.
Oh, is there anything as cool as a masquerade ball? Never been, probably never will be, but it just seems so fascinating to me. The secrecy, the intrigue. Who is it?
Just once. Just have that feeling for one glorious night. You could go
This is
tonight.
a real Cinderella story here.
You would need to find me a good costume. You're quite the teacher.
You are perhaps the most intriguing person I've ever met.
He does not want to find me.
Falling in love with
He
again and
wants to
again.
find the lady in the silver gown, and she is not real.
Book was inspired on Cinderella. There you go. Forbidden love. It's the best kind.
Mr. Bridgerton.
Do we know one another?
Is it Kelly Holiday dancing? Dancing too? I think it's just like such a bop.
We had a good hug.
He gives great hugs. Global monstrosity. Why is like this my last job?
Please, help us.
No flaws.
That's fine. Jesus. We had a nice hug.
We had a nice hug. Also to do it with this guy, I mean...
You read the book. This one. A bit more swagger than I usually do.
Swagger?
Or just maybe.
So I guess for me...
That is it. I read the book. We can get a dog.
Can we get a dog? Yeah.
Sure.
Eloise Bridgerton.
Insane chemistry. Nice.
How do you mean?
Just different. I
They're
watched
both
Daphne
single,
prepare
yet
for
they
these
get
balls
cheating allegations.
with all of those dresses and the many suitors, and I
That's
am
funny.
exhausted. Suppose I want a different life, Benedict. But I truly believe I am quite capable of something more.
I love their
Plaguing
interactions a
your
lot.
mind.
Every time I
The
see them
doubts, the
talking, it's
questions that seem to
fascinating.
linger, no matter how far you go to escape.
You quite well, brother. Of course. You all right?
You go. I could use a moment on my own.
Is everything well? wish to change the world again. I thought you were more interested in fitting in this year.
I think I've probably done all of that.
There she is.
It's the middle of the night.
Just met a boy when he could come inside of my playpen, cause he looked like a superstar in the making, so I think that I'm going in for the taking. Hear through the grapevine that he caking. We could shoot a movie, he could do the taping. Boom, 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 pow, this thing be shaking. I ain't even try to find out who he dating.
It's magical, brother. You're right. Oh, I've allowed my doubts to play me for too long. You are... That's weird.
Nice.
Baby, baby, the second in the pond. When did you get
Bridgerton, what an unexpected delight.
I will not be staying long. But since we are all speaking, it's so free.
That was not meant for you.
I am still speaking.
Baby girl, won't you come my way? Tell me all the things that you wanna say. Baby girl, you can say my name. Show me all the ways you can move that thing. How do I...
Was it you I heard lumbering in the hallway late last night?
I am... well...
Feeling like I'm in high school, lure, sipping on a warm wine cool, lure, hot, cause the party don't stop, I'm in a crop top like I'm working at Hooters, we been keeping it PG, but I wanna get a little risky, come give me some of that yum like a lollipop, let me set you free,
You're not serious? No one ever takes me seriously?
No one has ever taken any part of me seriously.
You have Penelope.
Penelope?
You're a very good man.
Teach me why your bros play Grand Theft Auto. It's true. Swear, scouts.
You have
You know what you in, boy. You got it.
You're a very good man.
Teach me why your bros play Grand Theft Auto.
The angels up in the clouds, my jealous know we found. Something so heavenly, higher than ecstasy. Whenever you're next to me, oh my, my. What was in black and white until I saw your light? I thought you had to die to find something so out of the ordinary.
What happened?
His horse recently died.
You are joking.
I am not. Colin.
Forgive me. I did not know. Surely someone here is not in mourning. We shall gallop along.
You've got a smile that can light up this whole town.
Surprised I managed to squeeze all the siblings and hints of their love stories. I originally had all the couples having individual edits. 222 minutes? Oh my gosh. That's wild. That would be quite the adventure. I get it. Especially when you're really passionate about it, it's hard to cut it down.
My tour. I'm to begin in Greece.
Greece.
Probably
How
what directors
adventurous,
go
Colin.
through.
My brother Colin certainly knows how to make things memorable. This will teach Colin. Last time he put wicked behind the goat barn.
I shall run upstairs and hasten her along. No, Colin, wait. I'll do it. She likes me much better than you, then. Something happened, sister. Back at climbing.
I give you my love so you can.
Oh, Colin is crafty. He will strike when he thinks you're least suspecting it, so always be suspecting it.
I've got you, brother. I've got you, brother.
Yeah.
My husband. It seems so strange to finally
It's definitely a good flow.
Say that.
everyone else.
Gosh, you need to go and visit with Penelope. Her presentation was anything but... What was it the Queen called you again?
Flawless. Or some such thing.
Are you feeling all right, dearest?
Exceptionally. Or watches Miss Caterpillar lowers her eyes. So demure.
Hold me just like the morning paper. Pinch between your pointer, your index, and your thumb. It's a semi-automatic.
Your gown, it is exquisite.
Tell me so I say. Happy
That was entirely your fault.
That's what Masha makes such a terribly unbecoming sound while laughing. To meet a beautiful woman is one thing, but to meet your best friend and the most beautiful of women is something entirely apart.
Fading in, fading out, on the edge of paradise. Every inch of your skin is a holy grail.
It's amazing when you can get somebody to snort laugh. It is.
I should agree.
It's perfect.
I win this.
That's how you know you really got it.
Understand your grace.
If you call me son,
I'll just let you live.
we don't truly just seem to be caught.
If you
If this is to be a match like no other,
hurting
you should call me by my name.
to be
Very well.
terrific. There's
Siren.
things I want to
Is there something funny about my name?
No, no.
if you hold me with
She's perfectly fine.
Fine. Very well. Yeah.
Look at you, you're downright flushed.
Yes, that is what happens.
When one is angry.
When one burns for someone who does not feel the same.
Burns.
Burn for me.
Why do you think I
I'm like a
followed you into
smoldering
that garden?
fire.
Why do you think I went? Why did you want to go back to Paris? For you. I know we could not be any more different.
Like an
there
inferno,
is
I'm
one thing
engulfed
we
in
do share.
flames for you.
The certainty that you will make your own way in this world.
Oh, man.
I'm sure of it, Eloise.
Give me reasons we should be complete. You should be what them I can't be. You looked at me like I was someone else.
Man, it's been a while since I've heard Joji.
Can't you see?
In the morning I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream from the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I say,
Bitches ain't shit and they ain't saying
I knew it was gonna be her.
100 motherfuckers can't tell me nothing. I bees in the trap.
And that's just based off of that.
I bees in the trap. Bees in the trap.
I'm really glad you came.
I suppose I should thank you
Whatever for?
for being so perfect. So I do not have to be.
and there's a sound.
Oh, that was sweet. That was very sweet.
Naked in your bedroom. Oh, when you swear to God, the fucker's out to get you. And I digress. 'Cause I must make you the perfect morning.
Do you not mind your Auntie Eloise?
Pretty young thing, you'd be
some loving, then a love and care. I want to love you, pretty young thing. You need some loving, then a love and care. And now,
It's overwhelmed her. Perhaps Miss Edwina realised that marriage is in fact a prison for women.
Oh, must you always be so you?
How else should I be? Married and silent.
Might I have the honour?
Oh. You still wonder why you're so miserable.
Of what?
I cannot think of any cleverer way to say this, but no. Do not patronise me and give me that! You're splendid. She sparkles now. I may have moved. I would rather die.
Come and see the baby, Eloise.
Why has it changed since this one last? It's over with.
I can see him perfectly fine
enough.
from over here.
I beg of you. If one of you utters a single word, it's over with.
It's a good way to dust the ceilings.
I just wanna have
Look at
sex
those
in a car.
cobwebs.
Together living dream. I put something through your dream. Come and make me scream.
You know, realise that marriage is in fact a prison for women.
Oh, must you always be so you?
How else should I be? Married and silent.
How does it feel, sister, to be in love?
Imagine leaping off a cliff and shattering on the ground. A fair analogy?
Sometimes, yeah.
I bet she never had a backstreet guy. I bet her mama never told her why. I'm gonna try for her.
The last time I nearly moved you to tears was when I first started playing.
She was not the only one. I wept in my room from the hideous chord combinations.
Ah.
If you're wondering if Louise keeps up the humor in season 4, yes. Nice. There's a bit more deeper things for her, as now she is the last eligible unmarried.
I promise you I will give you your space.
Oh, wow.
As long as you stay in your wing of the castle.
Just feeling the pressure.
And then I'm too fucking clean. You told me get a job and you asked where the hell I've been. And I'm too perfect till I open.
As long as you stay in your wing of the castle.
Living in a proper castle.
Can you hear me like that? Can you hear me like that?
The accidental twins, same birthday, 1 year apart. Nice.
Some things just make sense in one.
Oh my god, it's so tall. Oh my god!
You could fall out of the sky in any given place, and people around you would run up to you and just want to give you kisses. Okay?
My daughter Francesca.
Miss Francesca.
One for the money, and two for the show. I love you, honey. I'm ready to go.
No one attracts notice like a Bridgerton.
Dear Lord, when I get to heaven, please let me bring my man. When he comes, tell me that you'll let him in. Father, tell me if you can. All that grace, all that body, all that face makes me wanna party.
If I with the mother, we'll be halfway done marrying your
shout.
children.
Are you stopping
Not
to
bad.
speak with us just to
Not bad.
be polite?
Doing pretty well.
What? Believe you stopped. Me?
I play the pianoforte.
That is magnificent. And your other interests?
Pianoforte does take up a great deal of my time.
Oh, cheers. She's going to be a...
Who shall you dance with first, sister?
Perhaps I shall go alphabetically.
Yes, Francesca. Don't understand. When my time comes around, lay me gently in the cold dark earth. No grave can hold my body down. I'll go home to earth.
Forgive me, I was simply...
I needed some quiet. I've been in search of it all night. Perhaps we can enjoy the silence together.
John's death's gonna hurt. He died in the start of the book.
Would you be
Brain
nauseated by the
aneurysm?
idea of marriage?
I wish to be married.
Oh boy,
Very
those
much
are quick.
in that. I just hope my husband will not hide my
Had a headache
pianist
and
all
went to
from
bed early,
me.
died in his sleep. Yeah.
Dream of it.
You have to be so fast with those. And even then, it's really difficult. She remarries. Her book is basically Second Chance of Love. Nice.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Forgive me, I was simply...
I needed some quiet. I've been in search of it all night.
Aren't we all? Warning period was years, so pacing is good. That's good.
Tell your baby that I'm your baby. I've been on losing dogs. I know they're losing and I pay for the place by the ring.
Crying, crying.
One day you too will have a heart. Can we
Promo said characters in black, which is very unlike Bridgerton. Multiple deaths.
I think of you as the family pet.
Why?
Family pet.
I am one of the brothers as well.
I think of you as the family pet.
That is a brutal line.
Will has an amazing story about stealing, so if he tells it to you...
I would never steal anything from the set. That is outrageous.
Harness your hopes on just one person, because you know a harness was only made for one. Don't telegraph your passes, you'll end up with molasses and cauterized in syrup and syrup.
They're both 19 actor-wise.
Would you stop
They were
tossing
12
things
in
at me? Those
season
peas are
1.
already there. You cannot tell me what to do.
That's
I am
wild.
old and I'm taller.
Nothing like it, not like the way you move.
It's always interesting when you can see actual actors grow up throughout the series.
From you, I can't wait for.
I want to be brilliant one day.
I believe it's called an aeronaut.
I believe you.
Revenir sur cette histoire, oui c'est bon, j'avoue. J'aurais dû te croire, mais.
It's better than I expected.
Are you old enough to read that?
Yes.
Let's get lost, you can take me home. Someone next week can be alone, but can it
That is crazy.
coming up? Don't be sad when the sun goes down. You wake up and then around. I've got to go.
I am
so pleased you were able to come.
As if I would allow dear Augie to miss out on watching his mother win this little family tradition. Second year in a row, if I might add.
Charming words from a duchess.
A duchess who is still a Bridgerton.
With 1,000 eyes and a good disguise, hit 'em right between the eyes, hit 'em right between the eyes. We knew our goal.
All right, there's some fighting scenes here.
See the lightning in your eyes, see you running.
Maybe a little blood.
Lord of flies, hit 'em right between the eyes, hit 'em right between the eyes. We knew our goal, ain't nothing more to say. See the
Oh my
lightning
gosh,
in your eyes,
that's funny.
see you running above the lights.
Kind of reminds me of How I Met Your Mother, how they filmed the finale in like the second season, just so people wouldn't age out or whatever. Kind of crazy. Whenever I think of actors aging on the set, very strange. Adds kind of a legitimacy to it, honestly.
Terribly.
You don't have to do anything; they just naturally get older.
Don't leave me, it can't be that easy, babe. If you believe me, I guess I'll get
Biggest first shaved with Benedict and Colin. I bet that was funny.
excited to see your face. Hold me, console me, then I'll leave without a trace.
Anthony, you're here.
Of course I'm here, sister. I'll never miss such an important day for you and our family.
People, help the people. And if you're homesick, give me your hand and I'll hold it.
Best of luck to you, brother. You shall certainly need it this season.
Here comes the other non-alphabetical, older bonds I mentioned. Nice.
So, I certainly have already heard enough.
You are my most favourite brother. Do you know that?
Yeah, Benedict Eloise, right?
This is what I wanna be. Suddenly I see why the hell it means so much to me.
They have some very relatable dialogue from what I remember.
Suddenly I see why the hell it means so much to me.
I will miss you.
See, I was born a second child with the spirit running wild, running free.
Believe me, the more I learn, the more I realize how little I know.
And they saw trouble in my
Very true.
eyes. They were
Very
quick
true.
to recognize the devil in
More things I've been exposed to,
I
the
am
more I realize,
exhausted.
dang, there's so
Suppose I want
much
a
more
different
that
life,
I have
Benedict.
not looked at.
But I truly believe I am
Not reacted
quite
to.
capable of something more. Even when I am not allowed to have anything else.
Then I would say that you're not the only one.
See, I was born a restless child, and I could hear the world outside falling.
If I'm
They have
going
a
to
swing
try to get
scene
chosen,
again?
I'll certainly have to
Nice.
see some of it first. Meet people who are not my family or debutantes in a marriage party.
How hard I tried, but that devil whispered lies I believe.
I take it the two of you? No?
Do not look at me.
Have you ever visited a farm?
Come for me, and I know you've been waiting for this loving all day. You know your daddy's house.
Mark, would you prefer to be promenading with your fellow debutantes?
Would you like to watch grass grow? And it is not me.
Yeah, I.
Not even drink. Congratulations.
I don't think she's very good.
I believe she can hear you.
Can he?
You noticed? As if we sit among the stars. It's a simple remedy.
We sit amongst the stars.
Only you would use your powers for good.
Eloise Bridgerton was not named Susan Diamond. It's the middle of the night.
What a lovely day. Place car trust up for auction.
What about Miss Edwina's sister?
What about
Will she come to live with us too?
Oh, I do hope so. It will be a boon to have another intelligent woman in the house.
another? You're overcounting.
There is a lesson here for you somewhere.
That sounds like a good episode.
Finally
A
learned.
very good episode.
Where you wanna go, if you wanna ride, we can watch a movie, get the beach, or just chill and get high. We can do whatever you want to do.
I know they are comparing me to Daphne. She was so good at being the diamond, and it made my mother so happy. I can never live up to that. I do not want to live up to that, but it does not make it any easier to know you are constantly disappointing people just by walking into a room.
I never thought of it that way.
You shouldn't have to pretend any longer. You like all of this.
That can be amusing.
Oh, Ken! Oh, you're finally here. With only my own family to speak to, I'd begun talking to the trees.
What did you have to hide? I didn't want to let you down, but the truth is out. It's tearing me apart, not listening to my heart. I really had to go, and I would never stop you, even though it has to change. And you can find me in the space between when two worlds come to meet. I'll never be out of reach, 'cause you're a part of me, so you can find me in the space between. You'll never be alone, no matter where you go. We can meet
Descendants. No
in the
way.
space between.
Nice. Beautiful song.
Bridgerton, guard your majesty. We've had good luck with Bridgertons.
Brother, I should like a moment alone.
I wrote this verse to tell her that I'm always by her side. I wrote this verse to tell her that the world's not perfect, but it's not that bad. If we got each
I'm down
other,
here
that's
to
all
do with
we
you.
have. I will be your brother and I'll hold your hand.
Is something wrong?
You know I'll be there for you. There's nothing in this world I wouldn't do.
I would fancy anything blue.
What if I'm far from home? Oh, brother, I will hear you call. What if I lose it all?
Oh, okay. Good to
I
know.
think Penelope is quite fortunate to have him as a friend.
For you, there's nothing in this world I wouldn't do. So damn hard to.
Will Miss Edwina be coming to live with us?
Indeed, after the wedding, she shall be the lady of the house and responsible for you all.
May the Lord help her. Well, you may wish to bathe before you see Mother in the morning. It's magical, brother.
He's taken my ribbon.
I've done you a service.
Perhaps you two could do the same in your own life.
I think it a pleasant morning for promenade.
Eloise,
This strange fuzzy growth on your chin is no doubt some kind of disease. Is that a promise or a threat?
see the baby Eloise.
Why has it changed since I came last?
Have you found a wife yet? Or are you planning to offend every young girl until there are none left?
I think Eloise would make a brilliant diamond.
I despise you.
Made like a prize calf trust up for auction.
This is Luke Newton.
Terrible.
Awful.
Be
Like,
honest.
he's completely awful. No, I'm joking. He's great.
Hi, guys.
Come on, darling. Oh, I swear at this moment you need an This song I never had.
I gotta use this as an intro to stream one of these days.
Paris.
Where am
I
I
thought
some
about that
new
song
playing cards from?
like
Is
a
this
couple
writing
days ago. I'm
Spanish?
like, I should use
visited
that.
France
This
and
is
Spain.
fine.
My sheet
It's
music
a
is
sign.
Italian.
Exactly how many cities did you visit in 4 months? I lost count in truth. No, not in here, outside. Where our mother can't sit. Your father was the best man I ever known. I'm never afraid to fight, not just for his family.
Greatest Showman. Classic. Absolute classic.
Everything else, too.
Promise to let the youngest pick first.
Pick based on alphabetical order.
Other than that, I love those children. Thank goodness for us.
It's so funny to see them dressed up in that period piece costume and then acting like out of character. It's just so strange.
Tits. Oh, piss. Where?
Tiny's got the light.
I wish I was dead.
Would you like to join me?
Oh, interesting. Oh my gosh.
Jonathan Bailey, Luke Thompson, Luke Newton, Steve, Hannah Dodd, Will, Florence. I love them. I love them all.
I can't remember what it was, but I was watching a show or a movie or something like that. It was a period piece, and they had bloopers or photos of the behind the scenes, and literally they were like holding phones and like showing phones to people, and I'm just like, that is mind-blowing to see that. It's very strange to see someone dressed up in a period piece outfit on like modern technology. It's crazy. Excellent TikTok edit. Phenomenal. I like the pacing. I like the style of it. Definitely a good one. Link down below in the YouTube video description for the original video. Go throw it some much deserved love. Also check out Luke's channel. He's got other edits and whatnot, compilations, if you will. Check them out. All right, let's bring up some information on Bridgerton, season 4, season 5, maybe. And then we will get you out of here so you can enjoy the rest of your week as well. Hopefully it's a good one for you, whether it's class, whether it's work, whatever it may be. All right, Bridgerton's American alternative history. Alternative. I don't know why I said that weird. History Regency Romance. What a title. Shondaland, of course, follows the close-knit siblings and noble and influential Bridgerton family as they navigate the highly competitive social season, where young marriageable nobility and gentry are introduced into society. The series is set during the early 19th century in an alternative London Regency era, in which George III established racial equality and granted aristocratic titles to people of color due to the African heritage of his wife, Queen Charlotte. First season debuted during the pandemic, December 2020. Positively received, of course, for its direction, actors' performances, production, set design, not surprising, right? Winning 5 Primetime Creative Arts Emmy Awards, etc., etc., etc. Lots of different people here. So first season was 8 episodes, then 8, and then they started splitting them into half seasons, 4 and 4, 4 and 4. The question is why? Why are they splitting them like that? Is it to build intrigue? What's the reason? Is it to make people wait? Instead of just binging the whole season, you have to watch 4 and then you got to anticipate the next 4. Or is it to try to like take those 8 episodes and drag it out? That's the question. Did the same thing for Stranger Things and many more things. Yeah, what? Why is that? Why is that their formula? I guess it's to just string things along a little bit longer. Because if you just post them all, people just watch them all and it's over. Maybe it's to try to extend the amount of marketing and PR you can do for it. That's what I'm assuming, at least. Let's see here. Casting, filming. Ranger's house is used the exterior for the Bridgerton family's house in London. Look at that house. That's a beautiful house. I always like these old chimneys. They look so cool. It's in Greenwich. Or Greenwich. I think it's Greenwich. I think it's pronounced like that. Let's see. Music. Release. Yeah, they don't say why. Queen Charlotte thing on my last message before that about the alternate race change thing. It was announced that the 3rd season will be split into 2 parts. At a Valentine's Day event on February 14th, 2024, season's episode titles, exclusive photos, first look footage were released alongside a panel attended by Rhimes, Bromwell, Quinn, and cast members. Interesting. So the first season on Rotten Tomatoes has 87% off of 100 reviews. Dipped a little to 78. 3rd season went up to 87. And then the 4th season got a 79. Interesting. So it's kind of like up and down, hit, miss kind of thing for Rotten Tomatoes critics. And it's not even much of a miss. It's still over 75%. So it's almost 80%. So it's not much of a miss, but it is weirdly like roller coaster, apparently. Rotten Tomatoes is not accurate for Bridgerton. Entertainment Weekly gave it a B+. Wonderful diversion for those who love Pride and Prejudice, certainly, but wish it had more stairway intimacy. That's funny. Provides a blueprint for a British period show in which black characters can thrive. Let's see. Season 4. Positive reviews. 79% of 48 critics' reviews are positive. Website's critics' consensus states, taking a page out of a fairy tale, Bridgerton Season 4 excels at selling a fantasy that, no matter how predictable, is as sweet, steamy, and engrossing as ever. Nice. Season 3 became the 2nd most watched series on Netflix during the first half of 2024 with 92 million views. Season 3 has the 2nd highest viewing figures for streaming in 2024 with 11 billion minutes, billion with a B, of watch time. Bridgerton was the most streamed original series of 2024 with 21 billion minutes viewed. Dang. Season 3 accounting for 56% of those. That's crazy. Season 3, Part 1 recorded the show's biggest opening weekend to date with 165 million views. That is unreal. Is that total or per episode average? I'm assuming that's total. If you read the comments, everyone's confused on media. Slight race problem with ratings, arguably, as the ones with someone of color have a lower rating, even though the Duke was black. Interesting. It's an interesting argument, as Rotten Tomatoes is biased. Rotten Tomatoes is very biased. Like sometimes they'll read a review and give it a rotten or a fresh, and you're just like, what? That wasn't the takeaway at all from that review. So it is very strange how they weigh that, because sometimes it'll be like the reviewer gives it like a 3 out of 5, and they'll say, "Oh, it's rotten," and it's like, no, 3 out of 5 is not technically rotten. Could be worse, right? Or like a 3.5, and it'll be like rotten. And we're like, well, it's kind of in the middle, but I guess you don't really take that into account. Bridgerton season 4 part has a trailer. I'm assuming they meant part 1 or 2. Here's everything you need to know from season 4's soundtrack and plot to future season stories. We get all your ton updates. Dearest gentle reader, we are pleased to confirm that Bridgerton season 4 is finally here, and much to our delight, it won't be the last season. Dearest gentle reader. That's how I'm going to, this is for part 1, okay. Looked it up about my Queen Charlotte comment. There's evidence in real life she has African ancestry. Interesting. That's how I'm going to greet you all next stream. I'm going to say, dearest gentle viewer. Netflix's Bridgerton quickly cemented itself. Blah 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 blah. Both season 1 and 3 are in Netflix's top 10 most popular shows of all time, with over 200 million views combined. All right, here we go. Season 4 Part 2 trailer was released February 13th, so a couple weeks ago. We see Benedict approaching Sophie on the streets, asking her to reply to, well, his offer from a gentleman, which marked the ending of Part 1. Quote, being the mistress is the last thing I would ever want, Sophie then proclaims. We then see both of them at a crossroads trying to fight their attraction. I cannot love a maid, and yet you have taken possession of me. You've vexed me. You've vexed me, body and mind. I can, and they are not the. Benedict then says before they kiss, and they are not the only ones fighting a secret forbidden attraction. It seems. Also, yes, Canthony is back. Alongside the trailer, the streamer has also unveiled a series of new photos from Part 2, which can be seen below. I mean, they kill it with the set design, don't they? That's crazy. Released a teaser teasing Benedict and Sophie's bathtub scene from the books. Hello. Also gave season 4 an official general trailer. When is season 4 coming out? Part 1 is streaming on Netflix, obviously. Part 2 will follow February 26th. Okay. Well, that is literally a couple days from now, so it's coming out imminently, as they say. What a scene. What a scene. Gotta love a masquerade ball. Season 1 told the love story of Daphne and Simon, Duke of Hastings. Season 2 followed the enemies to lovers arc of Anthony and Kate. Season 3 followed the friends to lovers journey of Colin and Penelope. Season 4 follows the story of Benedict. After much speculation, Netflix confirmed Bridgerton Season 4 will center on Benedict's love story. It has been brought to this author's attention that perhaps it is time to unmask the newest suitor of the marriage mart. Benedict Bridgerton's story is coming next season. Nice. Nice play on words. I liked it. If you watched Season 3, you'd know how revelatory the season was for Benedict. So expect even more Season 4 as he tries to find his match, which he will. Turns its focus to Bohemian second son Benedict. Despite his elder and younger brothers both being happily married, Benedict is loath to settle down until he meets a captivating lady in silver at his mother's masquerade ball. While Benedict knows his love interest as only the lady in silver, excuse me. She's actually Sophie, a resourceful maid with her own secrets and dreams. Nice. I'll do Benedict and Sophie links for the next video. Nice. Very, very nice. See a lot more of Peneloise in the 4th season and tease that they're more bonded than ever. Their trials and tribulations last season have added new depth to their friendship. We're excited for viewers to see how their relationship looks now that they've each grown up a little. Penelope and Eloise seem to have rekindled their friendship following some ups and downs in season 3. But with Lady Whistledown's identity now being fully public, and Eloise seemingly back in town from Sister Francesca's Scottish abode, duo seems more joined at the hip than their old selves. Nice. Obviously, that's Queen Charlotte. Very, very cool. Bridgerton Season 5. Which character will be the lead? Here's what we've heard. Based on Julia Quinn's historical romance novels, Bridgerton's one of the Netflix's biggest original series, providing sexy, romantic escapism in a period setting where history has been rewritten to allow for more racial diversity, etc. However, the show is following them not in the order of their birth, but in the order of their marriages. Eldest daughter, Daphne, fourth born, was the focus of the first season. Firstborn, Anthony the second. Thirdborn, Colin the third. Secondborn, Benedict, the central sibling of the current 4th season. That leaves 4 seasons and 4 siblings to go. Season 5 will focus on either Eloise or Francesca. 5th and 6th siblings are both the right age. And showrunner Jess confirmed that they will be the focuses of season 5 and 6 when she wrote E and F embroidered on a jacket to the season 4 premiere. Oh, interesting. But here's the thing. Francesca's already married. During the Colin Focus season 3, Francesca quietly married John, with whom she shares a deep friendship and a tender but not particularly passionate intimate life. At the end of the season, it was revealed that Francesca is queer, though she may not realize it, as she developed feelings for Sterling's female cousin, who came back into Francesca's life in season 4. Spoilers ahead. Just letting you know. In the book series, Francesca's husband dies and then marries her cousin, Michael. But with the gender swap and all, we don't imagine that'll be followed to the letter. Bridgerton takes place in a world where queer love and relationships exist and can even flourish. See Benedict being bisexual, the gay subplot in Queen Charlotte. But homosexual marriage doesn't seem to be a thing, and given the backlash to Will's awkward coming out scene in the final season of Stranger Things, we imagine that the Bridgerton writers are going to be very intentional with how they handle Francesca finding her one true love in a woman. Eloise, on the other hand, has repeatedly declared that she has no interest in marriage, as we saw many times, and doesn't seem to want any intimacy or dating either, though she got flirty with a commoner in season 2. But as with all things Bridgerton, nothing really matters until you meet the right person. Claudia, who plays Eloise, being 6 years older than Hannah Dodd, who plays Francesca. Our money is on Eloise getting her happily ever after first. Francesca's second big relationship can wait, but with Eloise being out in society for 3 years at this point, it's probably time for her to find her match. There are clues at the end of season 4. Brownwell revealed, I think there are some clues, but my guess is that it is not as black and white as last season. Personally, I thought it was really obvious that we were doing Benedict when he was like, see you at the Masquerade Ball. But then I saw that people were still debating whether it was going to be his season or not. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I think it's less clear than that, probably. Which siblings are left for seasons 8 and 7? 2 youngest Bridgertons are Gregory and Hyacinth. In the 4th season, we learn that Gregory has gone to Eton to study and returned with a fuzzy beard. Hyacinth is eagerly throwing herself into training for her eventual society debut, memorizing the rules of hostessing and sneaking into balls. They're both 19 in real life, could convincingly conceivably film intimate scenes by the time their turns in the spotlight roll around. But it wouldn't be out of the question to recast the roles with older actors just so the audience doesn't still think of them as kids when they were in season 1. Oh, if I was the actor, I'd be so mad. Like, you're doing what? Plan has always been for an 8-season show, though that depends on Netflix, of course, which has so far renewed the series through season 6. They're definitely going to do it. I don't think they're at any chance going to cancel Bridgerton. Like, that just doesn't make any sense. It's too popular. It's too hot. Like, clearly not. And it has the story laid out, which is very nice, obviously. So I don't think they're at any risk. Although, it is Netflix. It makes them all their money after Stranger Things ended. Yeah, right? It is literally their top show. So, I don't know. Netflix has done crazy things, but I think they're very safe. Whispers that another Bridgerton spinoff is in the works. Really? I think they'd be fools not to capitalize on the current popularity of the show, one of Netflix's only shows that's grown in audience in recent years. True. I think Violet's story would be nice to see, possibly with 2 contrasting timelines like QC. Depending on how her relationship with Lady Danbury's brother goes, it would be a nice parallel to see Violet's younger courtship with Edmund in parallel, with her adult courtship with Marcus. I want a spin-off about Violet, Portia, Mary's debut year. They could tell all 3 of their backstories. I think this is the obvious win. This, sprinkle in some Lady Danbury, Queen Charlotte help, interference in the marriage mart. I need this. Article based on this sub's theories. Oh, so the calls are coming from inside the house. That's funny. Edmund's father of the 8 siblings. That would be interesting. That would be interesting. Smith-Smythe saga. Queen Charlotte season 2. Smythe-Smith. Rokesby's. Violet and Edmund. Francesca and John, Penelope and her family after she married Colin. Obviously, number 1 being Canthony. I want a spin-off of the prequel books. Interesting. Violet Edmund again. What I want to see, a Canthony spin-off. What will we probably see? A Violet Edmund spin-off. Mary Kate's stepmother. Edwina's bio mother. Portia is Penelope's mother. Interesting. It'll be kind of interesting to see where they go with that. I mean, obviously, the eyeballs are there, right? It makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. You have so many eyeballs. 165 million for season 3. 200 million for season 1 and 3, I guess. That is so many people. So many views. You definitely have potential for that. But hey, it is Netflix. So, tame your expectations. Let it play out. You never know. We say baby Colin and young Anthony and Benedict. That would be cool. Prequels is about the first generation Bridgertons, a.k.a. Edmund's sisters. Interesting. I think that'd be really interesting. Kind of show some prequel stuff, what led up to it. I mean, it does seem like an obvious go-to. We see the now, let's see the past. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that makes the most sense, frankly. We always like prequels. Sometimes they don't hit as well. That is an unfortunate reality. Sometimes people are really into the characters, current characters, and then they do the prequel and it doesn't end up as well. QC did it brilliantly. That's good. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it works. Alrighty. I appreciate everyone being here. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Those were a lot of sea dramas. Beautiful. This was a very period piece heavy stream for sure. So I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely did. I love period pieces. I love the costumes. I love the atmosphere, the vibes. Oh, it was great. I already met young Violet, so we have the actress. Well, there you go. What more do you need? All right, everybody. Subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. Check out the website. toddreacts.com is the website. Sign up for a requesting tier if you'd like to request your own videos. And yeah, check out the merch. 15% off for members. Ships worldwide. Quality is guaranteed. And join the Discord. We'll see you in there. Over 300 members have joined. It's totally free. You get access to the Discord-only stream every month, which was great on Sunday. So join us for the March one. It'll be scheduled here soon. So that'll be happening. And yeah, I hope you have a great week. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your time. If you were here for the whole thing or you're here for a little bit, I appreciate it nonetheless. Shout out to the people watching later on YouTube. I know it's hard to get here on time or be here for the live, and it's a lot easier to obviously go through the timestamps, but shout out to those also watching live. Thanks for being here. You make it enjoyable. You make it interesting. You make it less lonely, if you will. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week. I will see you on Friday. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.